The UPS. My daughter had a package sent to my house, and she lives in a secured, it's like a fourplex, and UPS is supposed to come today. She just told me about that, and I'm not in my office because of my injury. So I was hoping that on the lunch break, UPS would be beating on my door. I've got two little dogs, and they're little yappers, so ah. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to hop back over to the slideshow. Um, Bear with me. So on slide 45, these are our concierge terms. Every company that you've ever worked with, they have their own language. Guess what? So does my time. You can click on most commonly used terms. It'll bring down that little drop box. You can click on that, and it's going to automatically load you into our training manual that I sent you guys over earlier, that link. These are our commonly used terms. There's a lot of them, not too many, but I'm going to go ahead for homework. If you guys want to open these up, definitely spend some time. I would definitely print. This is one of the things I would print out if you are able to. You'll have access to this, obviously, in your toolbox to help you during your first week or two of the job. All right. On slide 46, we've talked a lot about my time, what we do, how do we get thin profiles, how do the thin profiles turn into a full profile, and then we saw how the concierge team sees requests coming in and how they manage the requests on our dashboard tool. As I mentioned earlier, the concierge team is our front lines. We deal with both consumers and merchants, and most likely we are the first impression merchants have of my time. That's why you're here. You're selected, based on your customer service experience, sales experience, your personality. I spoke with a lot of you. I did sit in on Ryan's interview, and we got raging reviews, from Aaron. And so, you could definitely have what we're wanting, on our concierge team. For those that do have customer service, you know how important it is to smile when you're on the phone, because believe it or not, people can tell when someone is smiling when you're speaking to them. It comes out in your voice. We've all talked to someone in customer service, I'm sure, and we've gotten those customer service reps that are, they're kind of a drag, monotone. There's no spark and not, it's not a pleasant conversation. It makes it definitely hard to be on the phone with that person. Whereas if you have someone who is smiling and pleasant to speak to, it makes that conversation much more enjoyable. So again, remember to smile. When you're speaking with merchants, that smile goes a long way. And again, the first impression of the of this business, of my time. The smile is a powerful tool. Grammar is very important since we're communicating with consumers as well as merchants at times, via text messaging or emails. We definitely want to make sure we're spelling our words correctly. You want to use proper punctuation. This is a must. So please make sure, you're using capital letters when necessary. You're spelling words correctly. In our dashboard, when you're, maybe editing a template, you'll have the little red line if you don't spell, excuse me.
I can't hear you.
I can't hear her, nor can I see her screen.
Okay. Are you guys able to hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you sharing your screen? Because I don't see a screen.
Were you able to see my screen? Did you hear anything I just got done saying?
Heard part of it, but we didn't get to see the screen.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Bear with me. So we're back on, obviously it's important to smile. They can hear it. And I honestly don't know how much you missed or not. I apologize. I don't know what happened. And you're able to see my screen okay now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so, grammar, again, that smile, it goes a long way. And it is the first impression they have of my time. The smile is obviously a powerful tool. Grammar is very important since we're communicating with consumers as well as merchants at times via text message and an email. We definitely want to make sure we're spelling our words correctly. We want to use proper punctuation. This is a must. So please make sure you're using capital letters when necessary. You're spelling, correctly. Not only is our customer service background helpful with consumers and merchants, both verbally and in writing, it also helps my time grow our merchant base. So the more appointments we can successfully confirm or provide a very good experience, for both the consumer and the merchant, the greater our chances are having our merchant say, yeah, I really think, my time can definitely help grow my business. I can register for free. So this is something, we want to be a part of. So the better service we provide, obviously, the easier it is for us to get these merchants interested in registering for their free profile and speaking with our business team. And we do have a goal for each rep and a team in whole. We're scheduling one of those callbacks with a decision maker, also known as a DM. You will notice that in our little terminology, decision maker or DM, and our business team. One of those calls per hour, and we're going to talk more about this tomorrow, what we say, what we do, what's our script, what's our pitch, how do we notify the team of the scheduled call with that decision maker. How are my commissions tracked? Again, we're going to talk about all of this coming tomorrow. We're not a nonprofit organization. We are not we're not just doing this out of the kindness of our hearts. This is, our foot in the door with merchants. This is how we grow our merchant base. My time in a whole. As we grow our merchant base, it's definitely, it's easier for consumers to shop and book appointments on my time. And it's going to be a lot easier for businesses to attract new and even retain existing clients. Once a business has registered, and only when they are registered can they then choose our fee-based services. Remember, again, not everyone can take advantage of those optional services unless they register. Again, the profile is always free. So I'm going to be stressing that a lot over the rest of today and tomorrow. It's not costing a thing to build that custom profile. My time will grow and profit as a company, as a concierge team gets these hundreds and thousands of businesses that we talk to daily and weekly interested in that full profile. Again, this is why we're so excited to have y'all join us. All right, on the next slide, still to come, we're going to still cover appointment outcomes, confirm, cancel, reschedules, duplicate requests, and other upcoming requests. We're going to go in length of the script, pitch, and sales leads, and the start of end of shift, the start of and the end of shift process. We're going to cover in about 30 days or a little bit after that how to edit the profiles and the bad things when maybe their phone number's changed or they've moved to a new location or they no longer offer a facial. Again, we'll cover that later on. Once you're, on the dashboard, you have a good feel for how to do the job, what needs to be done. In about 60 days, about 2 months later after you start, you'll learn the inbox duty. That's taking our inbound calls. We have 2 lines that do that, and we also have a rep that covers our inbox duty, which is when maybe line 1 and line 3, there are 1 and 3 are our inbound reps. Maybe they may be on a call with a merchant that called back, and it'll roll over into a voicemail. So we'll cover all of that later at 60 days. That's actually kind of fun, taking some of those inbound calls. It's definitely a plus. Businesses are, they know that we're my time because we told them on that voicemail. So they're wanting us to call back. They're wanting to hopefully, confirm an appointment or give alternate times. Great time to pitch, great time to get those sales leads. On slide 48, what we're going to do is real quick a pop quiz. The question is, how can you tell if a business is a thin profile? A, customers can request an appointment. B, may or may not have prices. C, it may marked with the My Time logo on the map. D, are answers A and B, and E is answers A, B, and C. Let me hop back over. All right, Angel, Ryan have answered. Jennifer, Ashley, everybody's answered D. All right, so how can you tell if a business is as a thin profile? Let me see, did everybody answer? A and B, D, yes, D, okay. Whoops. Customers can request an appointment. and they may or may not have prices. Absolutely. Marked with the My Time logo on the map, that's a full profile. So you guys all got that answer right. Good job. Obviously, we're going to skip over that slide. We're not going to go to break. So we're going to start on scenario 1. All right, no answer. Protocol on a first attempt of the day. This is when you call a business and there is no answer. What you do is you're going to call the business. Maybe they don't answer. No answer, no voicemail. Maybe they do have a voicemail. Whatever it may be, you're going to leave a voicemail with the concierge phone number to return our call. That's at 415-630-2333. Again, we leave only one voicemail per day. We don't want to confuse the merchant. Step 3 is we're going to send the merchant template and the request via the text message. So we would go in, say we're calling James Campus Salon for Audrey Ryan for a haircut. We got a voicemail. We left that message. So we did one contact with the business. We're going to hop over to the business tab. We're going to send that request via their email. We're going to, or not their email, their text message. Again, you may have to kind of customize this to fit. Obviously, the Audrey Ryan test and all of that. You might have to get it to fit. Again, 159 characters. So we've gone ahead. We've done that. Let's hop back over. We've sent the template via SMS. If they haven't emailed the merchant, we're going to send that request to their email address. It gives them a long email, how to contact us. If you can confirm one of these times, please just reply to this email, or if you want to discuss other times, you can reply or call 415-630-2333. That same phone number that we left on their voicemail. So when we're calling, we don't get anybody, we've left a voicemail. What we do is we're going to click on that orange update button. What that update says is My Time tried contacting James Campus Salon, but wasn't able to reach anyone. We'll try again and update you soon. All right, so this is, hey, we weren't able to reach them. We're keeping them active and engaged. Again, this is my test request, so I can do this. Quick thing, I did check with Erin. Everybody except for Jerica and Donna, all of your logins for the Dash are going to be working. We'll go over that at the end of the day, how to create and register your account, and I'll give you that link to the dashboard. So remind me, then later on tonight, if you have time, you want to mess around and put in some test requests, definitely feel free if you've got that Ghostery installed on your computer. All right. So back to slide 58. Bear with me just a brief moment. You know what? We jumped over some slides. Hold on. We're going to backtrack here just a minute. I apologize. We're going to go back to slide 52. It's appointment outcomes. Not every appointment is confirmed with the first call. Again, you might be leaving voicemails. I apologize for jumping over that. Using our dashboard, concierge updates consumers based on the outcome of the phone call. So we left a voicemail, or maybe we got alternate times. So we're going to update the consumer based on that outcome, and we're going to code the status of their request accordingly. Statuses are important in determining how to improve our performance and product and processes. This was, our engineers and Ethan, our CEO, they pull up a lot of our statuses to see how maybe, how many cancels we've had in 1 week. What's causing the cancellations? Were they waiting too long? Did it take too long for the concierge team to reach the merchant? That was honestly the case 2 weeks ago. We were struggling. So many requests coming our way, we could not keep up with them. So our cancellation rate skyrocketed. Requests are open or active until we reach the merchant. All right, so it's always going to stay in an open status. If we've left a voicemail or no answer, no voicemail, it remains open, which means it's active. We're still trying to reach the merchant to confirm the appointment. Again, below are common scenarios based on the outcome of contact with the merchant. So slide 53. We're going to, at the top it just says, hi, this is Erin from My Time. I'm calling on behalf of Jill. Are you available for a haircut tomorrow at 10 a.m.? So requests are coming into our dashboard. We claim, obviously, from top to bottom, so the top unassigned lead. We're calling that business. We're asking if they have the available time during, the customer's preferred time. Outcome. Maybe they don't have the times available. We have that actually quite a bit. Maybe the business requires more information. Maybe they're on hair extensions. We see this a lot. They're going to need to do a consultation first. They're going to need to know the color of hair, the length of hair. So, we're needing additional information. Maybe they'll need to know, does the customer already have the hair? Closed permanently. Maybe we call, the phone number's disconnected. We've searched on Google. Yelp says it's closed. The phone number's disconnected. So again, these are just all different common scenarios of, things that we do see. One, our main goal obviously is confirming the appointment. And again, we have 15 plus other templates that we do use. On slide 54, so based on the outcome of the call, you'll need to update, obviously, the customer accordingly, and you're going to, select the correct status. We're going to go into more detail, and I'll take you back onto the dashboard like I was getting ready to do before I accidentally jumped over some of these slides. So on this example, in this slideshow, maybe they're needing their insurance. Maybe it's an eye exam, and they cannot book the appointment unless they have their insurance number. We don't deal with any type of that information. So we click a needs call. We're going to change that status to lost needs call. This is kind of just an example. All right, on slide 55, final resting statuses. What this is, normally at the top of the dash, let me redirect this one. Final resting statuses, we've reached the merchant, the transaction is concluded. The status would be changed from open to the final resting status. So maybe we called, bear with me, I'm going to head over to the dash, James Campus Salon, and we were able to confirm the haircut for February 24th at 3 p.m. So the final resting status is we were able to confirm that appointment. All right. Maybe other times, lost to other times. Maybe we had to give Audrey alternate times. Maybe they didn't have any of her preferred times available. So a final status is, the final resting place is one of these statuses that we've contacted the merchant. They've given us, other information. We've confirmed it, given them alternate times. Maybe they do walk-ins only, no new clients, whatever it be, those are all final resting statuses except for open. Open again means we haven't reached the merchant. We're still actively trying to reach the merchant. All right, so either an appointment is either confirmed or canceled by a consumer or some type of loss. We have several different lost statuses. Even if it is lost, the consumer may reply to revive the request. What it means is, say we send them alternate times. They don't have availability at 4 o'clock, which is when Maria wanted to get her haircut. But we sent her alternate times. They've got Saturday at 3 o'clock. Would that time work? If she were to say, yes, Saturday works, or even no, Saturday doesn't work, how about the following week on Tuesday at 4 o'clock? That request it's going to be revived. It's going to pop back open. Kind of, let me close out of here, see if I can show you some examples. It'll pop back open. As you can see over on the left-hand side, we've tried calling. There's a waiting for ticker. So Liz Johnson, for some reason, this one has been revived. We've been working on it. It's 70 hours since the last contact, and we have a waiting for. So that appointment has been revived. Does that make sense? Any questions about that? All right. So we're going to hop back over to the training slide. If the business is not open, confirmed, or canceled, the appointment is lost. Some type of loss. Maybe we called the barber shop and they only offer walk-ins, or I'll show you some of our lost statuses. And again, we're going to go into great detail on these later here coming up. Walk-ins only, no available time. So we're having to update them with other available openings. We can't reach. Maybe we've called for 3 days, 4 times a day. We can't reach that merchant. Maybe they're not accepting new clients. Maybe it's a smaller business. There's maybe a massage therapist and she's been extremely busy, or maybe they're even on vacation and they're closed for the week. We just can't reach them. We're calling on the lost update services. We may be calling and the customer requested a facial. They don't offer facials, so it's a lost update services. We'll go into more details on these statuses individually here coming up. But just kind of, if it's not open, confirmed, or canceled, the appointment is lost. Some way it is lost. All right, so there's 11 different lost statuses, and again, we're going to explain those later. So opposites, confirmed or lost. All right, revived requests. These are called pop-ups. Excuse me. You're going to see these again pop up to the top of the dash once the consumer replies. We send them alternate times. They've agreed to that time, or no, those times don't work. Maybe they gave us, try March 7th at 3 o'clock, whatever it may be. No matter what the status is, what it was previously, in any time a consumer or a merchant sends us a message, the request is revived. It's popped back open at the very top of the dash, and it's got that waiting for ticker on it. All right. So again, pops up to the top of the dash. It's open, needs a response from us. The waiting for ticker, we want to handle that in 5 minutes or less. Those are top priority, high priority requests. All right, now we're back to no answer. All right, so we've called James's Salon. They don't answer. We left them a voicemail. Again, we leave 1 voicemail per day. We're going to go ahead and send the consumer template the orange update button. That's the orange update. Again, it says, hi, my time tried contacting James Campus Salon, but we weren't able to reach anyone. We'll try again, and we're going to update you soon. Reply 1 to cancel. All right, so we send that off to this customer, and they'll get that on their text message. Again, their top preference has a little green asterisk next to the cell phone number, so that's how they prefer to hear about my time. One thing about the update. The update, again, it's open. We haven't been able to reach the merchant. We're actively working on it. Every other request but the update, we would follow up with the email. And you'll see how I sent that email or the update via text message. It automatically knocks me over to the email. It'll put the little bullet in the email. Only the update, and let me say that again, only the update template is the only one we do not follow up with an email. And when you start on the dash and you're working the dash the first day, of course you're going to be a little bit nervous. Even I was. Those of us that will be helping, I know Hannah's helping, Alicia will be helping, I'll be on the dash to help you guys. Erin, our concierge team lead, she'll be on helping. They'll say, maybe you send them other times or whatever. Hey, you need to follow that up with the email. So only and only the update is just to their preferred method. If it's a cell phone, just via text message, do not follow that up with an email. Does that make sense? And I'll try and do that little reminder throughout the chat and throughout the rest of today and tomorrow. All right, back to our slide. So we've gone ahead and we've sent that orange update template. It's going to default to the consumer's preference. All right, either text or email. There is no SMS after hours, so do not send any text messages if it's 8 a.m. or earlier than 8 a.m. or after 9 p.m. in that time zone. After we send that update, we're going to leave call notes. What did we do on that phone call? Okay, so we've gone ahead and we've sent the update. We're letting Audrey know that it's, we weren't able to reach them. So we're going to go on the left side to the bottom, and we're going to leave a note. You have to leave a note every time you work a request. So I'm going to put left voicemail. All right, then you go ahead and you save it. So then we have an active track. Everybody would be able to see if they work a request maybe on a different day after you've, tried to work this request. They're going to see that they left a voicemail, or even later the same day. All right, back to the slide. This is when, after you leave the note, you're going to update the status. Open, it's going to stay open. We haven't actively reached the merchant, and it's assigned to you. So this is something you're going to keep in your name. I'm going to go ahead and put this actually back in test, but we'll pretend that this says open. So once you've called, you've left the voicemail, you've updated the customer, you've gone down and you've left the notes that you left a voicemail, you sent the template for the requested appointment to the merchant in the merchant tab for the text messaging. They have an email, send it that way as well. We just go ahead and we're going to exit out of that request. All right, so we worked that. That's going to stay in your name till the very end of your shift. And we'll cover start and end of shift procedures tomorrow. All right, step 7, you're going to go ahead and try again later. Maybe we're caught up on the dash. We hope to reach them, 4 times a day. So here in about 3 hours, you're going to want to sort the dash to your bin. Go back and try calling James' Salon again to see if you can't reach the merchant. All right, slide 59. Are there any questions on that updated status?
Yeah, can you explain the step 5 again? I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry, not at all. All right, step 5. So you leave call notes.
No, I'm sorry. It cut me off. I'm sorry. Step 6, not step 5.
Okay, all right. So updating status on this particular one that we're working on. We just updated. We got a voicemail, and I'll show you this on the other upcoming slides that we'll be working on. This is where you would change the status. Maybe we sent alternate times or whatnot. This is where you would go into that status and you would change the status to maybe James Salon only does walk-ins only. That's a final resting status for that request. But since we called James' Salon, we didn't reach him, we left a voicemail, we put that in our notes, it's going to stay open. Again, open is we're still actively working on this request. All right, and I'll show you on the other, templates and stuff coming up, the different statuses that we put in. So on a request, like it says here on step 6, update status, it's going to stay open and it's going to remain assigned to you. On the other scenarios that we'll be walking through, you're going to change that status. You'll still leave it in your name, but I'll show you, how we change those statuses.
Okay.
And again, step 7, we're going to try and call that business again 4 times a day for the next 3 days. All right. Any other questions on the no answer? We're going to cover, again, a little bit more. 59, again, step 1, we leave a voicemail, 1 per day. It's just an overview. It's kind of just everything I went over. I'm going to go ahead and skip that. And on slide 60, leaving voicemail. So when leaving voicemails, it's important to cover the details. So when you open a request, you're going to want to look at that request. You're going to, find out the details. What are they wanting? Did they request a specific stylist? You're going to go down to their note section. Are there people going along? So definitely when you open the request, read this from top to bottom before you call that business. And it may take, a few minutes, maybe a minute to look through all the details, and it will come second nature. I can get through a request from probably call to finish in maybe 5 minutes, depending on how quick the pitch and the sales lead goes to confirming or sending alternate times. So obviously, you'll probably be a little bit slower your first several days, but this all comes second nature. Just make sure you're going to want to get all the details on that left side pane. All right, so requested service, preferred times, our callback number, 1 voicemail per day unless we have new information. what that means is, say we sent alternate time. They couldn't get them in, the customer in today for a haircut, but they've got tomorrow, but the customer, that wasn't a preferred time. This is where, it might pop back open. All right, and then we would call the business and we'd have to leave a new voicemail. Hi, this is Audrey with My Time calling on behalf of Tina Smith. I'm calling to find out if you have, whatever, March 7th available at 3:30 for a haircut. Please give us a call at 415-630-2333. All right, so to prevent callbacks to your personal phone, we do the following. This is mandatory. If you're using a landline or a cell phone, press *67 to block your caller ID. I've got 2 landlines into my house. My son is on the concierge team, and I can't tell you, and there are times that you won't be able to block your phone number. They won't accept block calls, but we get phone calls in and out. My phone is constantly ringing, and I told Braden, block, please use that *67. If you're using Google Voice, you can change your outgoing message. To hear, you can call this number, the 703-791-9567, to hear that example of a voicemail that you can leave. That's going to redirect them to call that 415 number. Skype, if you're using Skype, you can configure your settings to display that 415-630-233 number as your caller ID. At the bottom, this is just a document to do exactly what this, to prevent those callbacks on your personal phone. And again, there are a lot of times where you will call, they don't accept block calls, you're going to have to call unblocked. You may get a call back. We constantly get them. All right, so slide 61 is our open status. This status, after no answer, is left open, or we left a voicemail. Again, we're actively trying to work on this request to get it confirmed. All right, you do keep all of your requests in your name, even if you can confirm an appointment, even if it's we're updating them with alternate times, whatever it may be, it stays in your name. If you're off shift, it'll reopen and it won't be assigned to you. All right, so dealing with the opens at the end of your shift, you're going to definitely determine if it's time to send a can't reach. Those are on the red requests, again, 3 hours prior to that last preferred time. So it's 11:30 here in Colorado right now. Say I'm working on a request, they're in the same time zone, and they requested it at 2 o'clock. We're going to look at that request, we're going to open it, call that merchant back, see if we can't reach them. If you have to send a can't reach, this is when we kind of determine when we send that can't reach. If you've called the merchant 1 time during your shift, definitely unassign. If you haven't, you're going to want to call that merchant, see if you can't get that confirmed, alternate time sent, whatever it may be. If you didn't get to call the merchant right away, again, pick up that phone real quick before the end of your shift, or keep it in your name and ask someone else to take it. This is why we've kind of gone to the claiming 1 at a time. We got to the point where we had a lot of reps that would go through and they'd claim 15, get through 14, maybe 13 of them. They'd have 2 that they never touched. It's time for them to get off the shift. So we're having to reassign them. All right, scenario 2, trouble with the call. This does happen. I'm kind of a stickler on it. Let's see. If you don't reach a person or a voicemail, always do this. Call back using a landline. So if you're planning on using Google Voice to dial and to call out when you're working, it might just ring and ring and ring and ring. That's kind of a red flag. It's an indicator, is this a valid phone number? That's when we ask you to pick up using your landline or your cell phone. All right, if you're not wanting to use your landline or you don't have unlimited minutes on your cell phone, you can paste that link into team chat and ask somebody else to call, per landline or cell phone. A lot of times what we've seen is if somebody calls on Google Voice, no answer, no voicemail, they left that as a note the next day or later that day. I've opened it up, and I'm calling strictly from a landline, that number's been disconnected. Bad customer service, we could have we could have found an alternate number, or maybe that business is closed. We definitely could have updated that customer in a better, timely manner. All right, so if no luck using a landline or cell phone, search for a better contact number. We use Google a lot. I always have Google open. The best places to look for alternate phone numbers is Yelp, Google, Yellow Pages, and Facebook in their About section. I'm sure most everybody's got a Facebook. If you click About, it'll take you and it lists their phone number. A lot of times it'll list their email address. All right, so if you can't find a valid phone number, you're going to edit. Actually, you're not going to edit, so skip that. You'll learn that later. You're going to go ahead and you're going to submit the information as a bad PIN. So say I call James's Salon at 970-351-4247. The number is disconnected. I've gone through Yelp and Yellow Pages and Facebook. It all shows that same number. Chances are that business may be closed. This is when we're going to go down to report a bad PIN. You're going to click on that. You're going to let them know number is disconnected, unable to find an alternate working phone number, and then click submit. Or maybe you called and you found a different number on their Facebook or Yelp. This is where you would submit the actual working phone number. You could just put in notes, called, phone number was disconnected, this is the correct working phone number. And then you would go ahead and you would submit that. All right, you're going to leave a note, obviously, with your findings. If you find a working phone number, great, put it in the note section. If it's a disconnected phone number, the business is closed, you weren't able to find, an alternate phone number, you're going to go down to the note section, click on leave note, number disconnected, unable to locate alternate working number, reported bad PIN. You're going to go ahead and I'm going to save that because this is just a test request. And you'll see that those numbers, or that note was timestamped with my date, time, and that note that I left. So again, notate the account. Call business using the new contact info if you can find another phone number that's working, and you're going to update the customer with the outcome. If the business prefers to be contacted via email or SMS, do that. Again, what I said, when we're first calling and we're updating, maybe we left a voicemail, we always go into the merchant tab and we send that request to their phone number as well as an email if it's listed. A lot of businesses do confirm via text message and email. Over here, again, this is another indicator. We use this for a test. It just says test. If we know that they reply via SMS, text messaging, or email, we put that as a merchant note level, So definitely check those. If you see a yellow box, find out what that is and, exhaust every avenue that you have. All right, so again, if the business prefers to be contacted, definitely email or SMS that merchant using the template. Add that merchant note that they prefer to be contacted via SMS or email. You're going to leave a concierge note about what you did, and you're going to update the customer with the outcome. Either let them know, we tried calling, we left a voicemail, so you just send the regular update, or any of the other templates, whatever that outcome is. If the business is no longer in business, you're going to email the consumer link to the other options. So say we call James's Salon, they're no longer open. All right, this is where we would go into this more drop down. It's not one we see a lot, but we do use it. You'll go down to the very bottom. You'll have to scroll. It'll take you time. You'll get familiar with all of them. Out of business. So you would click that. Automatically it routed to the SMS because this is what this customer preferred their contact. So you would send it that way. You're going to also want to send it, follow it up, and it automatically flips over to the email. What this does is this gives them, that customer, the link to go back to My Time to find another business. And you just click send. All right, again, some of the templates you will have to edit, and I'll show you how you'll know when to edit those. All right, if they're no longer in business and we sent that status that they're closed, what we do is we change this. This is when we're going to go in and we're going to change this to a bad thin. Business is no longer open. It's a bad thin. We can't contact it. We don't want consumers, submitting requests to a business that's out of business. So again, you would status that. You would leave those notes. Number disconnected, unable to locate alternate working number, reported bad thin. So that's when you're changing the status. All right, and then obviously you left the note. We're going to hop over to slide 64. Outcome, problem on the call. I'm going to go, oh, I know, that takes you just into that training manual. If a merchant if you call and the merchant hangs up right away, a lot of times merchants, if you block your number, it doesn't happen a lot, but there are times you'll call, you have a blocked number, they'll pick it up, hang it up right away. Or you'll call and just say, hi, this is Audrey with My Time. I'm calling on behalf of Peter Thomason. They might hang up. They might hear My Time and hang right up. So you're going to call back and you won't say My Time at first. You're just going to say that you're calling to book an appointment on whatever day and time on behalf of Peter Thomason. As soon as you know they're not going to hang up, once you're maybe going through the confirmation or finding alternate times, that's when you're going to mention My Time. All right, and if you tried, maybe you called, you said, hi, this is Audrey with My Time, click. Call back, hi, this is Audrey, I'm calling for Peter Thomason, click. You're going to want to post that link to our chat, and you're going to have another rep try and call. A lot of times a different voice helps, and you'll tell them, try calling, don't mention My Time. They'll go ahead and they'll try calling. There are language differences. So you're going to, when you call, like some of our nail salons, there are a lot of Oriental owners. So sometimes they have a difficulty hearing. Sometimes it's even difficult to understand them. What you're going to want to do on those scenarios, we'll cover a little bit, more in depth later on. You're going to want to keep that basic, real sweet, short to the point. You may not want to mention My Time. You know what? You'll get the feel for that. You always start the call with My Time. If they, hang up, call back. But again, there are language differences that you will come across. If they answer and they're speaking strictly in Spanish and you do not know Spanish, we'll address how to handle those kind of calls too. We're going to have the customer call on their own. We don't, I don't speak Spanish. I do know we do have a team member that does speak Spanish, so we've been handing some of those calls over. But maybe they speak German. I don't speak German. I don't think anybody knows German on our team. All right, so what our goal is, we first want to get the appointment scheduled. Before ending the call, we want to let them know that we are calling from My Time. So we called back the second time, didn't mention My Time at the beginning. This is when we mention My Time. We're going to ask to speak to the owner. Say you call one of the salons and they don't speak, English very well. We've got a couple Asian foot spas, and it'll say literally that's the name of the foot spa, is Asian Foot Spa. We always ask to speak to the owner because chances are, if they're in the U.S., the owner does know how to speak English a lot better than some of the people they've got working for them. So again, that's when you would go ahead and you'd pitch My Time. We'll go into that more later on. Let me hop back and see if you have any questions about that.
Why would they even hang up if you say My Time? Like, why would they do that?
A lot of times when you say, hi, this is Audrey from My Time, it kind of sounds like a sales call. They didn't give us enough opportunity to say, I'm calling on behalf of Jane Doe to schedule, a haircut. So they're kind of, they've got their little walls up around them, and it sounds, in all honesty, it does kind of sound like a sales call starting out. There are some merchants that we have called in the past, and we call them a lot. Maybe they're a real popular profile and they don't understand the benefits of my time yet, and we're still calling them. We do have some businesses that refuse to work with third-party booking places, so they will hang up on us. Not often. It's very rare. Again, a lot of the times that you'll experience that is if you're blocking your phone number and it comes up on their caller ID blocked. I know on my cell phone, if I see a blocked call, I don't answer it. Leave a voicemail, I'll call you back.
Mm-hmm.
And so again, they hang up if they hear my time. It sounds like a sales call. It doesn't happen, again, like I said, often at all.
Okay. I was gonna say, 'cause what if you can't really get in touch with them and they keep hanging up? Like, what do you tell the consumer?
Right. There comes a point in time where if that were to happen over and over, say you got a request, you called, they hung up. You called back, they hung up again. Customer kept hanging up. That's when you would send a needs call. Go ahead, here's the phone number, we weren't able to reach them, or whatever it may be. I'll show you kind of the needs call, and we'll go over this template later on. Hi, for my time, unfortunately, James Campus Salon needs to speak with you directly to schedule an appointment. Please call them, and it gives their phone number. It's just something basic. If they're not willing to talk to us, or you may call and, hi, this is Audrey with my time. I told you people not to schedule appointments with me. Have them call me directly. Click. Again, not common scenarios, but it can happen.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions on slide 64 on an out call, the problem on a call outgoing? All right, slide 65. If you find a good number, you're going to start the confirmation process over with the good number. So you called, you got a disconnected phone number, or maybe you called on Google Voice, no answer, no voicemail. Obviously, that number might be disconnected or whatever. You're going to find a good number to call. You're going to try, and you're going to treat it just like you were starting a brand new call. Again, the status is going to depend on the outcome, and you always leave those call notes. If you don't find a good number, an active working phone number, it's going to be a status of a bad thin, which I showed you how to change up here. You change that over into bad thin. All right, you're going to report that bad thin. You're going to go over here, report bad thin. Phone number's disconnected, unable to find an alternate working number. Click submit. That goes to our bad thin team. They go ahead and deal with that profile. All right, you always leave notes. So again, if a merchant hangs up, they may be screening caller ID. Like I said, I do that personally. Call again without saying my time right away. Ask someone else on the team to call. Copy and paste that link into the team chat. They'll give that chat a call, that merchant a call, see if they can get somewhere. So obviously the status is always going to depend on the outcome of the call. If a merchant won't answer no matter what, status would be lost, can't reach. Again, we sent that can't reach that I was just saying with the phone number or needs call. You would status it as lost, can't reach. We do have a new one. Actually, these training slides are just a little bit behind. We've had a lot of these new statuses just recently added. If you're having them called directly, maybe they keep hanging up on you, or they tell you, you know what, have them call me directly. It would be lost needs call. The customer is needing to call the business to confirm that appointment. All right. Scenario 3, we're going to hop on over to slide 67. All right, so the business doesn't have the requested times available. This happens a lot of times. A lot of times you'll see a customer request an appointment with only one preferred time. Again, the more preferred times we have, the better chances we have, to confirm it. We can't make them choose multiple times, but it's always a wonderful thing once you're on the concierge team and you're actively working. We love when we see more preferred times. All right, so your job then, if they don't have the requested times available, your job is to find an alternate time to offer the consumer. So we're going to get alternate available times for the merchant. We do ask that you find the next maybe 3 available times. Maybe you look and their preferred time is like 5 o'clock or 6 p.m. So maybe they're looking for an later after work hours, that 9 to 5 banker job that they may have. A lot of times when people request appointments on certain times, you can kind of tell what they're wanting. So you want 3 plus different alternate times. All right. So what you do is you'll go over, obviously this is a request and we'll pretend this is a new customer. We called James Salon go ahead. Anybody have a question? Okay. Let me hop back over. All right, so we called James Campus Salon, and this customer, she wanted a haircut Tuesday the 24th at 3 or 4, Wednesday the 25th at 11 or 12, maybe Friday the 27th. And we asked the merchant if they had any of those times available. No, we're completely booked. The first available time we have is next Tuesday at 3 o'clock. So what template we would use on this is other. We are giving them other information than what they sent to us. They sent us specific times. We don't have those times available. We're going to go ahead and give them other information. So the template is automatically populates under other. Unfortunately, James Campus Salon cannot make your requested time. They can do. You're going to see 2 brackets, and in between it says insert other options in all capitals. This is where you're going to edit the template. So you remove that. So say maybe they've got March 4th at 2 or 3 p.m. Maybe they have March 5th at 6 p.m. So we've gotten those 3 times. Do any of those times work? If not, what other times work? All right, you're going to see down here, I kind of hit the character limit. Again, it's 59. It's not going to send. A lot of times, if you take out the word, unfortunately, you're going to fall into the correct character limit. All right, so we're going to go ahead and send that to the customer. We gave them 3 different times. All right, automatically it populates the email. We want to go ahead and in this email, it just says, "Hi, Audrey. We contacted James's Campus Salon. Unfortunately, can't confirm your appointment for a haircut. However, as of now, they've got these times available." So again, you're going to see the bracket to bracket, insert other options. We're going to put March 4th at 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. March 5th, 3/5 at 6 p.m. It says, "Do any of these times work for you? If yes, please reply to this email, and we'll check to make sure they're available. If no, may we check some other times for you. Happy bookings, da-da-da-da-da. P.S. Want to book a different business. Maybe this customer doesn't go to this salon an awful lot. Maybe it's the first time there. Her schedule is tight. She works. Those times aren't going to work." This will give them a link to directly go back to my time to search businesses in the area. And again, once you have your IDs and you're up and you can play around on this, definitely go on, look at the templates, read them, see where you edit the information, send the templates via text message and emails. All right, you can learn a lot from that. Spend a lot of time looking over here on the left-hand side. Submit several different test requests. Put them, test by your name. Look at that. Be active. Get a feel for the dash. All right, we're back on slide 67. So again, as I did, I followed up the text message by email to include that link with other options that I told you about. Okay, after we've done that, we've sent the text message with alternate times, the email. We're going to go ahead, we're going to leave a note. Updated or spoke to Emily. And alternate times to customer. All right, so you left the note. This is when you're going to go back up and you're going to change the status. So we'll just pretend that this was an open request. All right. I'm going to hop back and I'm going to ask you. We sent them alternate times. Oh, you can't see it. Doggone it. I forgot. Most of the time we have you guys in training IDs. We'll do a little bit more active role playing tomorrow night if you guys want to stay on after your shift, or even this evening if you want to fix dinner for the family or whatever, and you want to log in and role play with different scenarios. You be, the concierge rep. I'll be the business. I'm available. I'm here however late you guys need me. So definitely feel free to email me, message me, whatever, and I'll definitely be more than happy to hop on and help you. So we sent this customer alternate times. It's no longer open. We've given them, different information. So we're going to go ahead and it would be lost, no available times. So their times that they requested weren't available. We've gone ahead and we've updated them with alternate times. Does that status make sense? Does the email and the text message where you enter that information, does it all make sense? Anybody want to cover anything on that again? You're going to see this a lot. This status is used a lot. Everything look good okay? Amy? I apologize. I have notifications keep popping up from our... You'll see how active. Obviously, you've seen these little pop-ups over here, just like that one. Definitely our chat is active. Our team chat is active. All right, looks like everything might be good. Let's go ahead. We're going to hop back over. So again, we changed that lost to no available times. You'll, again, keep those in your name. Maybe the customer replies, hey, March 3rd at 4 o'clock works. She's replied either to the text message or the email. It's going to pop back open in your name. So it will be an open waiting for. Again, I strongly suggest refresh your dash, maybe after every 2 or 3 calls, so you can check to see if you have any waiting fors. All right, and you'll kind of get in habit of that. If you forget, not a big deal. Your first couple days, we'll be there to help remind you. On slide 68, so again, lost no available times. Merchant was not available at the customer's preferred dates and times. We sent other available alternate times to the customer. We're going to keep the appointment in your name, and we're going to wait for the appointment to pop up for the consumer to respond. Maybe they'll even go to that link we sent them in the email to go ahead and request maybe another business. Slide scenario number 4, more info needed. I touched this a little bit. Oftentimes, a business is going to need more information to book an appointment. Here are a few examples. Hair extensions, we see it all the time. Do they have their own hair? Maybe they need to do a consultation first. Date of birth for eye exams or dental appointments. They need to know how old that person is, to schedule the appointment. Address for mobile services. Maybe it's a mobile groomer. Maybe the customer submitted a request for a mobile groomer and say they didn't give us their address. So, we're going to have to get that information from that customer, to give to the business as well. Valid email or phone number. Again, when you open the request, you kind of go across, does that look like a valid phone number? Sometimes we'll see like a 555, 555, 5555, and we'll see Jane Doe at janedoe.com. That's not going to be valid. So again, when you open a request, kind of skim over all the details, check for notes. Is it a valid phone number? Is it a valid email? All right. In this scenario, maybe we call James's salon and maybe this person requested a massage and it's their first time going to the salon for a massage. They're going to request a credit card to book. We do have businesses that request a credit card. All right, so if you have a credit card, you get a call on this scenario, you're going to send a needs call because they need that credit card to book. So again, we're just reminding them, unfortunately, we couldn't, confirm that appointment. James Campus Salon needs to speak with you directly. You can, edit this to schedule an appointment. need credit card to book. CC is what, credit card to book. That's pretty common. Please call them directly at the phone number. You don't even need to add need credit card to book or whatever. You would change that. Obviously, that status, you're going to go down your statuses to lost credit card required. You go into the notes, spoke to Amy, need credit card to book. All right. Now, let's say I sent that needs call email or template that they need the credit card. They need to contact that business directly. And I put the notes, and then I change the status. Do you see anything that I did not do properly? I'm going to start getting you guys kind of in the habit for what you're going to be facing when you start on the dash. So I sent the template via text message. I changed the status to lost needs credit card. I notated the account. This is kind of new, so I'm going to just go over this real quick. So what I didn't do, and again, and I'll explain here in a minute, is I didn't follow up that needs call with an email template. All right. On these, a lot of times you can go in, you can say merchant needs credit card to book. All right. And then you send that. You always want to follow up the text message with an email on every template you send except for one. Does anybody know the one template? I mentioned it a few times. The one template we do not have to follow up with an email. Donna, update. Awesome. Perfect. That's the exact answer. Even if you do, no big deal. It's kind of one less click. It gives you, you're redirected. You can start working on another request. Perfect answer. Yes, update. Everything else, you want to follow it up with that updated email. Whatever applies to, whatever template we're using. All right, follow up the text message with an email to include the link to other options. Again, a lot of people don't want to call and give their credit card over the phone. I'm one of those people. I'll find another business that doesn't need that information. Times are scary nowadays. So again, we're going to go ahead. If we're needing additional information from the customer, maybe we need to find out different lengths of hair. I'm going to hop back over to this one. They're needing, do you have your own hair? Or do you need to purchase hair? Are you willing to do a consultation? This one is where you're going to go in, and it's going to be additional information. Missing information, and its business needs more information. It's going to pop open a template. Thanks for using my time. In order to book your appointment, James Campus Salon needs to know, maybe this request is for hair extensions. Do you have your own hair for hair extensions? Please advise, as soon as possible. Thank you. Again, you follow that up with that email. You'll see the bracket to bracket all in capitals. You're going to take that out. Do you have your own hair? Whatever it may be. You'll send that. So we'll hop back over. When you're requesting additional information, and the only time you ever use the pending status is when you are waiting to hear back information from the consumer. So we've asked them a question, and before this business will confirm an appointment or give us alternate times, they need additional information. Do they have their own hair? We called, maybe we thought it was a groomer that had a brick and mortar shop, and we find out that they're strictly mobile. So we send, we need your address. They didn't know. We didn't know. We had it, it wasn't a preferred question that we asked them through the, requesting appointment process. So pending status, again, pending is only if we are waiting for additional information back from the consumer to book the appointment. Even if we send alternate times, We've sent that. That's closed. We'd never put that in pending status. Again, that would be lost no available time. And the reason I'm hitting on these is because with the new training class, they're using the pending status and they're not using it correctly. So again, pending means if we need additional information from the customer, we can't move forward with, scheduling an appointment. All right, again, status is pending. It's going to pop to the top as soon as the consumer responds. You're going to notate with the person's name who you spoke to. Again, spoke to Emily, needed, we'll put in notes, spoke to Donna, need to find out if customer has her own hair, or whatever it may be. Need to get address. They are a mobile business, whatever that may be. All right, so again, you put the notes, put the person who you spoke with, and you put it instant pending status. All right, when they do reply, it'll pop open to the open status with that waiting for ticker, 5 minutes or under. Any questions on that one? And I'm going to touch in real quick, pending or lost, no consumer response. So a merchant requires more info from the consumer in order to book the appointment. So this is kind of our procedure on how we handle that. We're going to ask twice. We're going to send an email or maybe an SMS one day, and we're going to send an email maybe again the next day. We're going to try and get that information to confirm that appointment. You'll keep this in your name and pending status. Again, if you're not on shift, anything that you have in your name, it will pop open to the very top, and it will be available for someone else to claim. You're going to check daily if if an appointment is a few days out. You'll send that second request. You'll check it, and again, they do pop up waiting for or they're lost, no consumer response. So maybe we've called this person, or we've updated them a couple times asking them for that same information. We requested it via text message on Monday. Tuesday we go in, we see that they haven't replied with any of the information that we needed. It's still in pending status. You sorted your bin and you see the pending status. So we're going to send the request again. Let's try sending the email asking for that additional information. So procedure is we ask them twice. We keep it in their name. If after, the third day, their appointment isn't until Friday, and we've waited a few days and they haven't replied and we've updated, asked for that information twice. Whoops. I am so sorry. I knew that was going to happen. And my daughter's going to hear about it too later on tonight. Ah!
My dog just jumped on my lap looking at the screen listening to your dogs barking.
I am so sorry. Bear with me. My other daughter should hopefully be grabbing that door. Ah. All right, Ryan's question. Do you like DAGs? Can you unmute yourself, Ryan? Oh, a movie reference. You know something? I used to watch a lot of movies, and I don't know. I'm going to feel absolutely stupid if I don't know what movie you are referencing. Do you like DAGs? Do you know which one? Okay, so my dogs are calm now. All right. It's fine. No need to be sorry, Ryan. Normally, I'm pretty good with them. It could be the age difference. I know I'm quite a bit older than you are. Probably old enough to be your mother. And then some. So, again, and I apologize about the dogs. They're calm. I'm hoping that was her package, and I sincerely apologize. One thing I hate being bedbound. This does not work well. All right, let's go back to the slide. So say we've updated the consumer. We've asked for that additional information twice. We're going on day 3. They haven't replied. It's going to be a lost no consumer response. They're not responding. Their appointment's coming up either later on today, maybe tomorrow. They're not responding, replying at all. All right. So again, they don't reply. We've sent that information, lost no consumer response. All right, scenario 5, business refuses. It does happen. It's not often. Slide 73. Again, it's not common. Some businesses don't love us being the middleman, or they don't take appointments at all. So, definitely when this happens, it's time to let the customer know. There's different reasons why they won't take the appointment. Maybe they don't take appointments at all, or they're not taking new clients, or business requires a credit card to hold the appointment. Business doesn't accept appointments by phone, only online. Consumer already contacted business to book appointment. So these are all different statuses and different scenarios that we do see. Again, not so common. Probably the most common one out of those would be our, they take walk-ins only. They don't book appointments at all. It's strictly walk-ins. All right, so on that kind of scenario, walk-ins or third party, they do online booking, we automatically send them a needs call. We can't, they're not going to speak with us. They're not going to book with us. Actually, I think we have a template here. Walk-ins only, we do have a template, so we'll just start with that, walk-ins only. Hi, James Campus Salon serves walk-in customers only, and their hours are, you'll try and ask them, I normally do. Okay, what time are you open on Tuesday? 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So again, bracket to bracket, you'll see all capitals. You're going to want to edit that information. If you'd prefer an appointment, we've emailed you a link to other options. Again, we're keeping them active, hopefully coming back and using my time. A lot of people do like appointments. They don't want to sit and wait. And you'll see this automatically populated the hours of operations on the different times, the link back to my time, if they'd rather request another person. So we'd send that. Again, spoke to Bob, walk-ins only. So we've notated the account. We updated the customer via text message and email. I'm going to have you guys unmute. Are you guys able to see my screen well enough to maybe take a guess at what that status, that final resting place status would be? And if so, if one of you wants to unmute yourself and take a guess at what status it might be. I'm trying to make sure it's on one of those statuses that's showing. It's going to be lost walk-ins only. They don't take appointments, walk-ins only. All right, maybe we call and the business does online booking only. They refuse to book an appointment with us over the phone. It does happen. We've got a status for that. Most statuses, there's always, we've got a template for the good majority of them. Online booking only, it's at the very bottom. My time was unable to confirm your appointment. James Campus Salon needs to speak with you directly. Please call them at, and their phone number. It's a lot like the needs call. So you would send that. Okay, we'll go over and leave a note. Merchant does online booking only. We've saved that. We've made our notes. We're going to go up here. We'll go into see what status fits best. Lost online booking. There it is. All right, so we went ahead, sent the text message, notated the account, changed the status. Is there anything else we need to do? I'm going to keep testing you guys. We're going to want to follow that up with the email to, unable to confirm the appointment. All of them except update. And I'm going to embed this in your guys' minds. You're going to dream about it, and you'll hate me tomorrow. Update is the only one you do not need to follow up with an email. Again, if their preference is cell phone text messaging, you would follow up with an email. If they have the green asterisk over by their email, obviously we only have to follow them up by email. We're hitting all of it. All right, any questions about any of that so far? All right, so again, those are different common scenarios. They're not going to take the appointment. let's see, credit card I showed you. Not taking new clients. On this one, we just send needs call. They're not taking new clients. Call them directly. Unfortunately, we can't help you. We send the needs call again. We're going to follow it up with that that email template. You can insert the email address in here if you have it and want to. A lot of times I just delete it and send it. We'll go ahead and go in and we're going to change that status either to credit card booking, online booking, no new clients. They're not accepting new clients at all. We can tell them that. We'll give them that link. We'll kind of update, we'll tell about that a little bit later. Consumer already booked, online booking only. So those are some of those just basic needs call templates that we see a lot of. Let me switch back over. My email is going to be packed with emails today. All right, so again, don't take appointments at all. Status lost, walk-ins only. No new clients. Status is lost, no new clients. Credit card. Status is lost, credit card required. Business does not accept appointments by phone, only online. Lost, online booking only. Consumer already contacted the business to book the appointment. We've seen that a lot lately, the last several weeks, because we've been short-staffed and so many requests. We've got a good handle on it now, and when you guys hit the dash up and running, we'll even be way better off. So if, or sometimes maybe they'll submit a request and we get a voicemail. We had to leave a voicemail. We're sending that update. They may call on their own. We may try calling that business again. Hi, this is Audrey with My Time calling on behalf of Amy Jones. I was calling to find out if you have a haircut. Oh, well, we've already got Amy Jones on the schedule for today at 3. Oh, great. I'm glad that she was able to reach you and to, get that appointment scheduled. I appreciate your time. Have a great day. Okay, so the consumer already called directly and booked with the merchant. We have some consumers and customers on My Time that are very patient and know the process. Some consumers, they're wanting almost instant confirmation. Some of you guys may say, why don't these people just call and book on them, on their own? I said the same thing at the beginning. A lot of people have different lifestyles. We don't know, why they're not able to. A lot of hearing impaired we've come across. They're obviously not able to call and get on that phone real quick and book that quick appointment. So, all right, any questions on that slide 73, 74 is pretty much the same. No third-party appointments. They won't book with us. We'll send the needs call and lost the status. This needs to be actually updated. Lost needs call. That's one of the new statuses. All right, why? Doesn't like being listed on our website. They didn't approve. They work strictly with referrals. Personally knows all of their clients. A lot of massage therapists are that way. Individual subcontractors out of salons are that way. Requires too much upfront info. Dog training especially. We need to know, the behaviors. What bad behaviors are they? Having potty accidents in the house, or do they bite people? Pet sitting, is it going to be at the house? How many times a day? Is there, certain types of food to feed, nighttime versus morning time? So, they're needing a lot more additional information. They may or may not be angry. Again, I've not dealt with a lot of angry merchants. I've dealt with some, but most of them, if you explain and educate My Time, which we'll teach you how later, you can get them on that common ground. You can even turn them from angry to wanting to speak to our business team. Not all the time. Again, they don't want to be listed on our site. They didn't approve. Great. We'll help you deal with that. All right. What do I do? If they're unhappy and they don't want to be on our website, we're going to refer to the removal request process, which I will cover later, so we're going to skip this part. Our listings come from, again, publicly available data and public sources. When you get an angry merchant, well, how did you get my information? And they will ask you. I've been asked that a bunch of times. It comes from a publicly available data. If your business name is searchable on Google, we've gotten that information and we've listed into just a basic directory. Yelp does the same thing that we've done. They've gone in, they've gotten that publicly available data, and they're doing the exact same thing. All right, scenario 6, test by merchant. These are fun. All right, so we're being tested. We're going to pass this with flying colors. We're going to show our process and how we bring customers to them. For live calls and voicemails, I'm going to go over this in the slide, and I'm going to read each of the points, and then we're going to kind of dive into it a little bit more. We're going to concierge the appointment following procedure. We've got a script. We're going to thank them for checking out our site. Maybe we notice that they are the actual merchant that is, looking at my time. We're going to pitch. Obviously, that's in our tomorrow's lesson we're going to cover. We're going to set up a date and time for that callback. Once you set up that date and time, that's more money in your pocket. We're going to send the merchant test by merchant template, and we're going to send the sales lead. What if you're not sure if it's a test by merchant? A lot of times I have had this happen. I'll call, just as any other request. Hi, this is Audrey with My Time. I'm calling on behalf of Peter Stevens. I'm calling to find out if you have any openings for a hot face shave and haircut on March 3rd at 6 p.m. Okay, and they'll go through the whole process. Maybe I'll get to the very part of the end of confirming the address and all of that, pitching the business. Hey, glad you called. This is, I am the owner of this business. So you may not know until the very end. We're going to hop back over. Sometimes I'm going to give you, again, you might not always know. Some cues are Jane Doe, John Doe. If it's a Jane Doe or John Doe, chances are either someone has too much time on their hands or it literally is a merchant test. Maybe it's James Campus Salon and you'll see the customer name, James Alkerson. The name kind of sounds familiar. Let's go ahead and hop over into their phone number field. Oh, look, the phone number. Maybe this phone number is the same as the merchant's. Or maybe it isn't. Maybe it's their cell phone, and maybe the email address says James Campus or info@jamescampussalon.com. Whatever it may be, you're going to, like I said, when you open request, look it over. Look at the phone number for the consumer. Look at the phone number for the merchant. Look at the email for the merchant. Look at the email if there is one. Look at the email for the consumer. It'll kind of give you maybe a little indication that it is a test by merchant. The notes section, it may say test. Additional details. I didn't put any in here. I should have. Or maybe they'll put test in the name just like we have done. If it is one of our concierge reps training and testing or, somebody in My Time, you'll know the difference, and we'll cover that a little bit later. But again, test by merchants, these are real fun. They're peeking their head kind of into our virtual world. They're wanting to know what My Time is. So if you don't have any indication that it is actually a test by merchant, no Jane Doe, the email or the phone number isn't the same, you're going to concierge it just like any other appointment. You're going to try to get to that confirmed appointment. A lot of times if they're testing us to see, how does this work? We'll say, sure, I've got that time for, John Smith. Maybe it's their neighbor. They had their neighbor do it or whatever. They'll confirm, pretty quickly. And then that's when you'll hop into the pitch and you'll tell them about My Time. Great, glad you called. I was wondering how you got my information. I was testing this, to see how it operated, how it works, any of that. All right. Again, they're peeking their head into our virtual world. They're wanting to know what is My Time? How does My Time work? It gives us the opportunity to reach out to them. We'll show them how it works, and we'll tell them about My Time. Again, we're going to pitch. We're going to set up a callback time. You're going to get the money. They're going to sign up with a free custom profile. All right, slide 77. Do you guys have any questions over test by merchants? I'm going to hop back over, and I'm going to show a few more things. So let's say this was a test by merchant. And this person, that email was the same, or we knew it, or maybe we called and they told us it was a test by merchant and we don't have an email. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get that email James at jamessalon.com, whatever. All right, so we could save it. And then what we could do is we can send the test by merchant template. We can send it by text message. It says, hey, thanks for checking out My Time. We offer a free concierge service, and we'd love for you to register for a free profile. When is a good time to call? 888-423-1944 is a direct number for them to call to reach our sales team. Excuse me. It says when's a good time to call. We'll send that. Maybe they're using the exact same phone number. They'll reply. 2 o'clock Thursday, they may reply. It's going to go back open from test by merchant status to the very tippy top of our dash with that waiting for. If they have the email, go ahead and send the test by merchant template. Thanks for checking out My Time. If this was a real confirmed appointment, this is what you would receive. Service, haircut, appointment day and time, customer name, customer phone number, customer email address. And then it gives them a little blurb about My Time. As you can see, we're a website and mobile app that lets customers find and book appointments for over 2 million local businesses. So again, if you talk to the merchant, send those templates to them. If you don't, say you're calling and they have a voicemail they didn't answer. Maybe it was blocked or they didn't know the phone number calling from Google Voice or whatnot. Go ahead, leave them, hi. If you're for sure know that it's a test by merchant. Hi, this is Audrey with My Time. I see you were, checking out our website. Definitely give us a call back and give them that 800 number. I'm not going to add any more. We'll cover some other. Left voicemail, test by merchant, sent, test by merchant templates. So we're going to go ahead and notate it. It is a test by merchant. We've gone ahead and we've left that merchant a voicemail, and we've sent the templates. We'll go up here and we're going to status this at the very bottom, test by merchant. Every time we do a test by merchant, we send a sales email. We're going to go over this a little bit later, either today or tomorrow. Whether you talk to them or you don't, you left a voicemail, you sent the templates, we let sales know right away that the merchant was on testing out our website. So if you don't have the manager's name, it's kind of blank. I just go down here. The phone number, obviously we have the phone number. Email if we have it. Again, we're going to go into greater lengths with this. So we're going to go ahead and send that sales lead for every test by merchant. So the sales team knows, hey, Audrey submitted. She got a test by merchant. She left a voicemail. They're going to follow up, and they're going to really watch that and kind of, keep an eye on that and deal with that one. All right. Any other questions about test by merchants? All right. I'm going to hop back over to the slideshow. Test by merchant versus, or a test versus test by merchant. Obviously, you guys submitted test requests. We know that they're fake. My Time staff, is it a test or a real appointment request? If it says like Aaron test, Martin test, Aaron Martin is our concierge team lead, which you probably all know by now. So if it says Aaron test, Martin test, we know that it's one of My Time's staff checking it out. If you just see Audrey Ryan on it, you know that obviously maybe that's going to be maybe a real request, unless if somewhere in the details it doesn't say test. All right, fake consumer info pending, Beyonce, Joe Schmo, Jane Doe. We had all Disney characters about a month and a half. We had Cinderella. We had Snow White. We even went into a SpongeBob SquarePants day. It was crazy. So somebody has, again, a little bit too much time on their hands. So you know that it's a fake consumer, putting those test requests in. Those would go into, instead of pending, we could ask for additional information, but literally if it's SpongeBob SquarePants, it's a fake one. Put it into test. But Beyonce, we've never seen her grace My Time yet. Maybe one day we will. That would be amazing. All right, so again, we're going to concierge all appointments, including test by merchant, unless it's marked test by my time. Ethan will come on. He's our CEO. Let's see who else comes on. Rahul, he's our engineer. He comes on. Aaron will submit test requests. Maybe something's going on that they got wind of. They'll come on an awful lot. Our whole training class submitted them. Another training class today submitted them. And so we want to make sure we put tests up in there. And we kind of give a heads up to, our concierge team that, hey, training submitting test requests. All right, any questions over test by merchants or the fake test, or is it a legitimate appointment from Ethan? Ethan constantly uses our website to book real appointments. John Markowitz, he's our sales manager in Utah, Salt Lake City, Utah. He'll put actual tests or actual appointment requests in. Sean Anderson, who's also in our My Time office in San Francisco, he uses it. I use it. Aaron uses it. We ask that you guys use it too, to use those. So again, you can kind of tell. And the test by merchant, again, just treat them like any other request. We're going to hop over to slide 79. This is our removal request process. Unfortunately, not all businesses want to participate on My Time. We've got a quick and easy process for merchants to self-submit their request for removal. It says, note, very important to follow process and script 100%. Do not deviate. You don't want to go off script. Again, it's extremely important that you follow our script. It kind of keeps you in control of the call. You can click on those and you can open up those two links. This is our merchant removal script. I call James Salon. Hi, this is Audrey with My Time calling on behalf of Mackenzie Peterson. She'd like a haircut on Friday, March 26th at 3 p.m. Would you have that available? I don't know. I don't know who you are, why you're calling. Why can't they call? I didn't give you permission. Get my information off your website. Again, it happens. Not very often. Sometimes they may be upset. Sometimes you can really communicate with them. So we do have a process for this. You can click for the live call script if you're actually on the phone with them and they say, I want my information removed, or a voicemail. Maybe we send a text message to them requesting an appointment and they replied to us, take me off your list. Who are you? All right, so again, I'm sorry to hear that you don't want your listing on My Time. May I please have your name? You get their name. Thank you. To remove the ability for My Time customers to request appointments with your business, you can submit a request for removal at mytime.com/deactivate. And I'm going to go ahead and send you this link over an email as well. What's the best email address? They might kick back. Why can't you do this for me? Self-submission, obviously, and the blue is everything that we would say. So we've got talking points on this script to help you keep control of the call. Again, it's not a common scenario. It's not something that you may see maybe not even once a week. Maybe it'll be once a month. Maybe it's an odd month. Maybe you might get 2 in a week, whatever. Again, you're going to want to follow this script to a T. It's going to keep you in control of the call. It's going to give them the information that they need to deactivate. It's going to get them up and off the call. Goodbye. All right, and then our other team in San Francisco, they deal with all these, self-submissions. And again, self-submission is the fairest and fastest and easiest way for you to request, for your request to be processed by our team. We've created an easy, user-friendly form that will be processed within 48 business hours, Monday through Friday. All right, the business may kick back. If I submit a request, will all of my information be removed? No, just your business name and address will remain listed in our directory, and any My Time users won't be able to request appointments with you. So again, it will show their information in the directory, but nobody can submit a request if they go on to that deactivation link. I want all of my information removed. I've heard this once in the year that I've been working with MyTime. And again, we've made these, it's very simple. Unfortunately, we don't remove these basic business listings. Your business name and address is publicly available information, and a nominative fair use of your trademark. If there are any inaccuracies, please let us know, and we'll go ahead and update, those for you. I want all my information removed now. Again, we would say this process is, that you'll need to submit a request for removal at www.mytime.com/deactivate. Is there anything else I can help you with today? All right, maybe you're not talking on the phone and you're working our live answer phone calls, or maybe they've replied via text message or email in that merchant tab. Hey, remove my information now. All right, so what we do is we're going to call and we're going to leave them a voicemail. We're going to, hopefully, I know you probably cringe. My goal is to try and call and hopefully get somebody on the phone to maybe educate them on MyTime. Maybe they don't know about MyTime and all of our benefits. It does happen. You can turn it around in a positive way. Maybe you'll get the voicemail. Hi, this is Audrey with MyTime. We wanted to request a haircut for Amy Smith on March 7th at 3 p.m., but we understand from either your outgoing message or the email that you sent, whatever it may be, that you'd rather we not do that. We're sorry to hear that you don't want your listing on MyTime. To remove the ability for MyTime customers to request appointments with your business, you can submit a request for removal at mytime.com/deactivate. In the meantime, we'll go ahead and let Amy Jones know that they'll need to contact you directly rather than use our free service. Thank you. All right, I'm going to go back over. All right, so the removal process, we've got a script to keep you on track. If they get kind of heated and I want it removed now, you can, you've got something to go back with. Definitely, I honestly suggest you print that out and have that if you ever need that script, kind of at your easy access. When I started, I had literally a 3-ring notebook with all my scripts, templates, the different terms that we use, so all of that. And, again, I do want to apologize. You may have to deal with some not so pleasant businesses. It feels like a lot to remember, and really it's just a tiny fraction of over the 2 million different businesses that we do work with. It's not often that it happens. You may get, somebody that's really mad. You may get somebody that sounds a little bit mad, but you give them that information, they're satisfied. All right, mytime.com includes info about why a profile is on MyTime. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you real quick on my screen, and we're going to look at that deactivation link. So again, it's www.mytime/deactivate. So this is going to take you to the exact same link that we give all of our consumers. All right, want to deactivate your MyTime profile? Millions of people visit MyTime to find and request appointments. How it works, benefits of MyTime. So we go down and it's going to give them, a little bit of information about MyTime. Consumers visit MyTime and request an appointment. Our concierge team calls the business and checks availability. If you're available, we confirm the appointment. There's frequently asked questions that they can view there. Benefits of MyTime, we can, we've got access to millions of savvy MyTime customers. New customers, over 60% of the requests are from customers new to the business. 40% of appointment requests happen after hours, and that is true. Businesses that love MyTime. Here's a couple pictures and businesses. It gives a, kind of a little blurb of why they like MyTime as a business owner, why they're using MyTime. You're going to see that MyTime has been featured in Forbes, TechCrunch, Bloomberg Television, Los Angeles Times, We've got a lot of, featured publications that Ethan has done. He's done a lot of radio, podcast, news, podcast recordings. It's amazing. I mean, it's definitely getting out there. So at the bottom, this is where they're going to either claim your profile. Did they go up here and read and find out more about more information about my time? Or, they don't care. They didn't read about it. I want my information off my time. I didn't give them permission, to use it. So claim your free profile and learn more, or deactivate your profile. I'll kind of show you. It's really simple, really quick. You can even tell them how quick it is because you're going to now see it. They're going to enter their name, their position, whether they're the owner. We want to make sure that whoever's submitting that removal request actually has the authority to do so. The business name, we do require, these are all required fields. They may be in a larger city where James Salon, maybe there's another James's Salon / barber shop. We ask for the business phone number, the email, the business zip code, and the business city. So again, not a whole lot of information, just kind of basic information that we need from them. It'll be used only to confirm the deactivation of your profile. We're not trying to gather information to bombard them with any sales or marketing or anything like that. Tell us, why are you deactivating your profile? It gives them different options. Business is closed. Information is listed as incorrect. I didn't like my experience with my time. I don't take appointments. Other. They can choose other. They don't have to. It's not required. They can add any additional information and comments. Maybe I didn't give you permission, get my information off your site, whatever. It's not something that they have to add. Again, it's optional. It says right there. And then they'll click submit. Again, if you get an angry merchant or somebody that wants their information removed, it takes 24 to 48 business hours. That's Monday through Friday, and that's literally 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific time. All right, any questions on that? I'm going to show you how to submit for removal. We'll hop on over. If you have any questions while I'm doing this, go ahead and unmute your mic. So when we go ahead, we want a removal request. Underneath the name, you see the send sales email merchant removal request. We called James's Salon. We spoke to James himself. His name, contact email. Sometimes you can get an email. What I do is when I call him and I have him on the phone, I'll ask him for an email. Hey, do you have an email? What we'll do is we'll go ahead and send you this link by email. So if you're not able to go to the computer right now and deactivate your account, you'll have access to that link in that email later on. Some people love that. Oh, thanks. Great idea. Thanks. Definitely. I'll check it out later. Or no, I'm not giving you that information. You don't need it. So whatever it may be. Link provided by phone. Did you give them www.mytime.com/deactivate by phone, whether it be to a person or a voicemail or even a text message if they replied? Did you give that provided by phone? You're going to check mark that if you did, yes or no. The phone number. Most of the time, 99% of the time, it's going to be this very same phone number on the left-hand side underneath the merchant's name. I highlighted it. I Control-C, I Control-V it there. Notes. Spoke to James. Whatever the notes may be. Spoke to James. Very mad. He didn't get permission to list his business. Refused to give any additional information. So again, whatever information that pertains to that call, you're going to go ahead and you're going to send this. I'm not going to send it. What happens is it's going to pop back up open over here in that yellow box. I kind of showed you one briefly this morning, that Salon Boheme. She is one, if you ever get send needs call, I don't care if she hasn't deactivated it, you do not want to talk to her. She is a mean, mean person. So the removal request information will pop up here. James, did you send the link by phone? Did you give it, and all the notes. It will come up over here and it will post all of that removal request information, and it will timestamp with the name of the rep that submitted it, as well as the time and the date that it was submitted. Now, one thing I'm going to go ahead and touch on is if a business we have a removal request and it's been a month or two, and it shows that, and we just got a brand new request in, that means they did not go to that deactivation link. And after a month, we call that business back. I know I told you on Salon Boheme, I just make mental note of that. I will not call that one, period, to this very day. I have dealt with her. I have tried to sway her and pitch her. One day I will go back in and I'm going to, she's a goal of mine to get her signed up with my time before I die, literally. But for now, we send the needs call. Other than that, if you see that merchant removal request, after 30 days, 45 days, and we get a new request, hit the dashboard and you see this little yellow square with that removal request, we're going to call. We're going to try and reschedule that appointment. We're going to try and re-educate that merchant about my time. We're going to, get the date and time for a sales follow-up call. If they say, you know what, I asked you guys to remove my information. Great, I apologize. Let me go ahead and give you the link to deactivate your, your name and address for your listing, whatever. Here's the link. Give that to them. Go ahead and submit the new Angry Merchant removal request process. Again, their name and their address will show in our directory, but customers cannot book with them. They won't have the date, the time options, the services, none of that. All right, so I kind of showed you how to do that. Again, you're going to leave notes. All right, any questions about the merchant removal process? Jennifer, I know where she had to go. I'll meet up with her later and cover some things. She left just a minute ago. So let's see, it's 12, 1, 2, 3. Let's go ahead and take our 15-minute break now. Thanks for hanging in. If you guys want to get up and stretch and come back early, if you have any questions, we'll go ahead. I'll be around all of the 15-minute break, so any questions you may have. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll see you back at 303? All right, so we'll take a 15-minute break. And if you have any questions, definitely feel free to ask. I'll be here. I'll break. Hey, Jennifer, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
All right, I can. Um, Thanks again for letting me know. We're still on a break. We've got a couple of minutes left, about 3 minutes of break left. So just wanted to let you know.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, somebody was calling. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
no, that's
actually
okay. Not
logged
a
in through
problem.
my phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I logged in through my smartphone.
Okay, wonderful. That's always nice to be able to do. So we still have like 3 minutes, about 2 minutes left of our break. So you're still with us. And, if you miss anything, it's something, I could get with you later if you had any questions. We're
Okay.
just kind of wrapping up this final slide and whatnot.
Okay, yeah, I'm just waiting in the carpool lane, and once I get back to the house, I'll log
The
back
good old days. I remember those days.
on.
I miss them.
I know. I know you got teenagers, right?
I do. Most of my kids are grown. I've got my oldest she's 23, second
Mhm.
oldest is 21, and then I've got a 20 and a 17-year-old. So we're past the whole carpool lanes. I miss those days though, and treasure them because they go so fast. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome back, Donna. Yeah, two of my kids are actually on the concierge team. Caitlin, as I had mentioned on I think our interview, I mentioned with some of you. She's on our concierge team, and then my youngest son, the 20-year-old, he's on our concierge team as well. So,
Okay.
yeah, it's kind of fun, kind of keep a little bit of dibs on them.
Yeah. That's the whole family.
Right? I'm waiting for her to convert. My youngest daughter, she's 17. She just turned 17, and she wants to work at my time so bad. She's all, when I'm 18, I'm working with my time. Like, well, that's fine. If you want to do that, that is fine. We would love to have you.
Right.
Welcome back, Ryan. All right, is everybody else back? We're pretty close to, we've got about a minute left. Anybody have any questions? And Ryan, you are going to have to get on the microphone, and you're going to have to tell me what movie you were referencing, because literally, I thought about that the whole break. I feel so stupid right now. Welcome back, Shayla.
It was from the movie Snatch with Brad Pitt, Jason Statham.
Oh, I could kick myself. I feel, yeah, now I do feel dumb. Oh, duh.
The dog.
Right? Yeah. Oh, my gosh. I asked my son, too. I'm telling you, it bugged me the whole break. All 15 minutes I spent thinking of that. Oh. All right. So welcome back. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just watched the movie the other day, so it's on the mind.
I know Hannah references a lot of movie quotes sometimes when it's a little bit slower. Not that we've had a lot of that time lately, but she'll do that too. And I'm like, ah. So I try and keep up with the movies. I can't tell you the last time I've seen a movie. And I will not go to the movie theater ever. I can't stand hearing people munching on popcorn. It drives me crazy. So, all right. So let's hop back to it. We're going to be on slide 80. Inaccurate data in closed businesses. We do come across this as maybe we're calling Pete's Barbershop, and Joe Smith wants a hot shave. And we call, hi, this is Audrey with My Time. I'm calling on behalf of Joe Smith to find out if you have any openings on Friday the 23rd at 3 o'clock for a hot shave. A lot of barbershops don't offer them anymore. There's a lot of health risks that I'm finding out about. I had a barbershop literally sit on the phone with me for 20 minutes lecturing me about hot shaves. So, so again, they may not offer that. They may not offer facials at a salon and spa or a massage. Stop. Sorry about that. Our UPS truck is still driving through our neighborhood.
We need your screen. We need your screen again.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Let me pop that back over. For a massage, although we thought they did. Or scenario 2, we call the business. They offer the service but have moved to a whole nother city, maybe even another state. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. So what happens on these scenarios? They don't offer the service anymore. We're going to hop back over to the dash. And in the same request, only because this is going to me, they're not offering the service. All right. So it's not a common scenario that we see an awful lot of. We're going to click the more, and we're going to go down. Upset, no, it's not that. Missing information, no. Wrong information or thin merchant profile. It definitely is. There's that walk-ins only or doesn't offer service. And the template for that is, hi, unfortunately, James Campus Salon does not offer, we'll just say, massage. We apologize for the trouble, and we've emailed you a link to other options. You'll notice, and this is why I stress and I try and embed it, follow up with that email. If, text messaging is their priority or their preference, of hearing from us, we want to follow it up. Again, it gives them the link, and most of our templates say that. We've emailed you a link to other options, the MyTime team. And you just go ahead and you're going to send that off. And then it's going to automatically populate the email. And it says, thank you for using MyTime. James Salon currently offers, it's a salon. In all honesty, they're going to offer a lot of services. So on this is a bad scenario to show you, or a bad request. James Salon, unfortunately, James Salon does not offer massage services. If it's something where you can give them maybe, they offer haircuts but not hot shaves, like a barbershop. So they offer haircuts but not hot shaves. So again, you see the brackets, all capitals. You're going to go in and edit that information with the correct information. We've updated our site to reflect these services. We do apologize for the inconvenience. If you'd like to book a different business on MyTime, there's that link again. This is why we're sending the text message and the email. All right, so we've gone ahead. Let's say we'll pretend that I've sent this off to my email to the customer. We're going to go ahead and notate the account. Merchant no longer offers massage. Updated customer. Let me hide this. Updated customer. We save it. And we're going to go up into our statuses. And it's going to be a lost one. And it's going to be lost update services. We no longer, or that merchant no longer offers massages. So we've sent the text, the email, we've notated the account. We've changed that status to a final resting status. All right. Pretty simple. Not hard to do. One other thing that we do need to do, and we're going to submit that bad thin information. So we're going to report bad thin. Merchant no longer offers massage. And we're going to submit it. And then our bad team, they're going to go in and they're going to remove that information off that profile. All right. Any other questions? So again, report bad thin is if we're needing to update the profile with any correct information, address, phone number, or they don't offer certain services or any of the services that we booked for. That's when we report bad thin. Again, I'm going to hop back to the chat. And in the window, it's a trick question. It's an off quiz. What one update or one status template that we send that we do not require to follow up by email? Do you guys remember? I'm going to go ahead and, Angel is on it. Ashley, update, correct. And all other templates, we follow up with an email. Okay, you guys are going to be awesome on the dash your first day, I'm telling you. Because I'm going to embed this information into you. All right, so consumer template, other wrong info doesn't offer service. We've done that. We sent the SMS. We followed it up with an email. It is in red. Status is lost update services. I showed you that. Notes, who you spoke with, the information, they don't offer massages or whatever it may be. It's going to auto-populate your name and the time. You're going to edit. We're going to skip this. Again, we skip this. You will learn this later down the road in about a month. So you've reported that bad thin information. All right, we're going to hop on over to 82. Status is lost update services. Again, we can't confirm the appointment because our data is wrong. Wrong services, scenario 1, pitch the merchant. Anytime we have any bad or incorrect data, you want to pitch the business. We want to update. We want them to get their claim, to get and claim their profile so they can customize it with all the services that they do offer. Again, we submit the bad thin report. Status is lost, update services. Consumer template, more doesn't offer service. SMS we sent, email we followed up with. Notes, you're going to keep that in your name. All right. Wrong location or wrong staff. Maybe they wanted Marco to do a haircut, and Marco no longer works there. This is the same scenario. You would use that same template. Update service. Unfortunately, Marco, and this is where you have to kind of use your thought process. Marco at the Funky Hue Hair Studio, blah, 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 whatever, no longer works there. You can ask them if they want, is there another stylist you'd like to book with? You know, whatever information you're asking them on the template for the text message, you're going to want to follow it up and repeat that in the email. Does that make sense to everybody? Again, if they have the wrong location, maybe they've moved to a different city or even just a new address, or the wrong staff, you're going to pitch that merchant. We want them to claim and register their profile and customize it with correct information. Again, we submit the bad thin report that Marco no longer works there. The status is going to be lost update services. We send that other template in this scenario. We kind of edit to explain. Marco no longer works there. Is there another stylist you'd like to book with? Emailed additional information. SMS followed up by the email. You notated the account. You've kept it in your name. We're going to hop down to 83. If you have any questions, hop in. I'm not looking at the chat, so feel free to hop in and ask. All right. Outcome, businesses are closed permanently. This is an example of what we call a bad thin. You've done an internet search to determine if the business is closed permanently. Key places to look are on Yelp, Yellow Pages, obviously Google, Facebook if they have it in their About section, and their website. If they have a link to their website up here, this isn't a very good one to show either. You guys haven't seen that. I know Massage, where did you go? I just saw you. Massage Envy should have one. You'll see that little hyperlink to the website. You'll click that. You'll go on, see what phone number they have listed in maybe their contact section. And you can, go back to the request. Does the phone number match? Oh, it's a whole different number. You go ahead, report that information via that bad thin link. All right, slide 84. Wrong vertical. You can't confirm an appointment because the business is closed or it's in the wrong vertical. So let's go ahead and explain that a little bit more. Scenario 1. Consumer requests piano lessons. We call the merchant, but they don't offer lessons. They're a piano store. That means the wrong vertical. Yeah, they have pianos, but they don't do lessons. They just sell pianos. All right, or scenario 2, consumer requests or merchant offers sensual massages. We do not book any happy ending massages whatsoever. We do have them, and like I said, when you look on that left panel, go through all the details. We have customers. It may look like a legit business place, Maria's Massage, and you'll go down, prefer woman in thigh-high pantyhose, with a happy ending massage. You will see it. It does happen. I see it. We don't book them at all. Needs call. Get them up and off. So again, you're going to go ahead. It's going to be a bad thin on either one. They either don't offer the service at all They sell pianos, but they don't offer lessons. Or Maria's massages, she only does sensual massages or whatever, happy ending massages. We call them the bad massage, the no-no massage. So you send that customer, the template, more or doesn't offer service. Any sensual massages, we send them a needs call. You call and book your own after hours entertainment, whatever. You're going to follow up SMS. You're going to do SMS. You're going to follow it up with the email link to other options. You're going to put notes. Obviously, you're going to report that bad thing. Peter's Pianos only sells pianos, doesn't offer piano lessons. And you leave that in your name. Any questions on that so far? I kind of went over that. So again, on any request that we do not book for, and literally the only one we do not right now, as far as a service-based business, are any sensual massages. Yeah, Sheila, happy ending. It is. It does happen. And it always catches me off guard. I hate claiming those. And my daughter, when she first started, Caitlin first started, she's all, Mom, what is a happy ending massage? I said, nothing you need to know about. Go ahead and send them a needs call, because it is becoming a lot more common. And even some of these people will ask for a young blonde massage therapist in Thigh High. So get away. Get them off. Make them call them, on their own. All right. So everybody understands about that wrong vertical. Again, it's a piano store. They don't offer lessons. Maybe they requested an eye exam, but maybe they only fill prescriptions for eyeglasses and contacts. That's another example of a wrong vertical. All right, so 85, status, bad thin. Business is closed permanently, wrong vertical. So again, we would just go ahead and we would put that back into bad thin. I'm actually on a request to Caitlin, so I'm not going to change it. But that's how you would status that. You'd leave your notes. You would go ahead and report that information. On the sensual, the happy ending massages, if you know that's the only type of massage, maybe they have a website linked and you're daring and you go and click on that link to that website and you see that they only do adult services. You could go ahead and report that. We're going to get that removed. But maybe, they offer, or they requested a happy ending massage, but they offer a sports massage or whatever. You would just report, the happy ending massage they don't offer, but they do offer, normal massages, sports massage, deep tissue, etc., etc. All right, consumer email templates. Bear with me here. On slide 87, cheat sheet, consumer templates. It kind of breaks down some of the most common. You see them highlighted in the same colors that are on our dash. These are the most commonly used templates. And update. It gives you kind of a scenario or an example or definition, I should say, of what each of those means. Confirm, to confirm an appointment, other, suggested something other than what the consumer preferred, other times or services, or maybe even a stylist. On slide 88, print me, print me, print me. This is our status cheat sheet. When you open it, it does have our statuses, and we strongly suggest you print those. It is wonderful to have your first week or two on the job until you're familiar with all the different statuses. Kind of when you're new on the dashboard, we can kind of tell who may have printed them because, they're making, they're able to status them correctly. And we're not, going through maybe your bin on the first couple days, and we do that, and maybe it's in the wrong status. So if you have time, you have access to a printer, or maybe you need to go to a library or a friend or a parent's house or a sibling's house, print those if at all possible. They're a huge help. Slide 89. If a business requests to be removed from MyTime, what is the link that you provide them with? A, mytime.com/removal. B, mytime.com/deactivate. C, mytime.com goodbye. D, mytime lost clients. Let me hop over and check the answers. Everybody looks like everybody was unanimous on B. It is the deactivate. www.mytime.com deactivate. Great. Shows everybody's paying good attention. All right, still to come. We're going to go over confirm, cancel, reschedules, duplicates, and other upcoming requests, pitch and sales leads, and start and end of shift process. We're going to kind of go over edit profiles and bad things after 30 days and inbox duty after 60 days. So right now, here is it's a module quiz. You've got 20 minutes to complete it. If you click on this quiz, it's going to bring down that little box where you can click on that link, and it's going to go ahead and it will open the quiz. You're going to go ahead and put your name and your email, and then you're going to go ahead and just start taking the quiz. I'll give you 20 minutes, so let's see, I think most of you are on Eastern time, 1, 2, 3. So around 3:41, everybody should be done. If you get done earlier than that, go ahead and let me know. Just unmute your microphone or even type it in chat. So it kind of goes everything that we've talked about so far. All right. Stop it.
Audrey,
Yes.
do you have the link to the quiz? I'm sorry, when I just got back, I heard you talking about the quiz.
Oh, yeah. No, not a problem. Bear with me 1 minute. Let me go ahead and open that for you.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead and post it in the chat window.
Okay.
Let me know if you're able to access that, and if you're not, I'll just catch up with you later on about that.
Okay. I think I got it. Yeah, I got it.
All right, perfect.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, Ryan. I believe it is. I didn't record the first half of the training class. Um, you should be able to, once this is done and I've stopped the broadcast and shared it, you should be able to open it back up and view any parts maybe you had any questions on. But yes, definitely, it should be that YouTube stream. And it is private, just the people that are in this chat. We'll give it a few more minutes, I think. Okay.
I was just curious because at one point I came back from a break and the stream was playing at the same time as this stream, and there's just two of you, and I was really confused.
Okay, yeah, I didn't think it showed that until after it was done, after I stopped the broadcast. So, yeah.
No, it says it was live.
Okay.
I paused it, and there's still, like, obviously it looks like it's still going, like, building, it's blank, but I can play it now from where you started.
Okay.
I was just curious.
All right, I think there's still a few that might be taking the test. We'll go ahead. A couple of minutes left. A lot of it, we're on those little pop quizzes and, you know, all the information that we've covered. Good job, Jennifer. Anybody still taking the test? I know Jennifer's done, Ryan's done, Angel is, Donna, Ashley, Amy's done. So we've got Jerica. Jerica, are you still taking the test?
I'm done.
You're done? All right, and Shayla's done. I was just going to ask. All right, so it looks like everybody's done. Again, it seemed pretty simple. A lot of those were just questions that were already asked, you know, throughout the other, you know, those little pop quizzes that we did. So we're going to hop on to slide 93. Module 1, we are finally completed. It seems like a lot of information. We went over a lot of detail about my time, thin profiles, enhanced profiles. Again, once you get on the dash, I mean, I don't want this to be overwhelming. Definitely go back if you have any questions. Go back to these slides. Also, that other training manual I sent you. You know, and you can review that at any time. I suggest having it open on your first, you know, few days. But once you get, it's all repetitive. Once you're on the dash, working the dash, everything, it pretty much gets repetitive. You're going to update with alternate times or give, you know, different information, the statuses, notating the account. It is fairly simple. It's not a hard job at all. I know with all these modules, it seems like, you know, like a whole lot of work, but honestly, it isn't. You know, so hang in there. Don't give up. All right, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to pop over to Module 2. I sent that off last night. I'll go ahead and post it again for you guys in case if you just want to click on that and open it and follow along. Where are we? Right there. All right, so let me go ahead and post this. And click on that. So this is our second module. Bear with me. I'm just waiting for that to load. Probably sometime today, you'll be getting an email about Slack. I don't know if you've gotten that already, but Slack is that new chat thing that we're using instead of Google Hangouts. It's a lot more reliable. We're finding out there's a lot more we can do. Actually, I enjoy it a lot more. Kind of lags down my computer just a tiny bit more than what it did. But it is Slack, and I'll kind of give you a preview of it. You'll be added to different chats. You'll have a private group chat with, it'll be myself and Hannah will be on maybe mid-afternoon when she starts her shift. So again, you'll have your own private chat, and we'll be on there to help you throughout the day. So you should be getting that. We do have training IDs that are up and running, or not training IDs, your actual IDs. The last I heard, Jerica and Donna, yours are still being worked on. They're not, Donna, the reason behind yours is we have another Donna on the team. So they're having, they're still working on getting yours. And then Jerica, and it may be where yours might be going now. I'll check in with Aaron. But about 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes before the class is over, if I get carried away with time, if one of you want to hop on and just say, hey, 10-minute mark before we're over at 4:30 Eastern time, let me know. I'll show you and give you the link how to get on the dash so you can go ahead. You can submit test requests later on tonight if you want. You can go in the dash and start getting familiar. That's what we're wanting, you to be able to do and see. And I apologize we weren't able to do that later. There are certain things that you have to do before you can go ahead and get signed into our dash. And so again, about 10 minutes, about 4:20, if somebody will just hop on and remind me, we'll get you guys up and going on the dash. Any questions in the meantime before we get going on this other module? Let's see, Donna, I had to take my headset out and put it back in. I didn't hear anything at the moment. Are you talking yet? Donna, are you able to hear me now? Can anybody hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes.
All right, bear with me here. I do not know. My computer decided to do some kind of crazy update. All right, so Donna, what I had gone over is about 4:20 Eastern Standard Time, about 10 minutes before the end of class. If somebody would just hop off of mute and just say, we're at that 10-minute mark. Donna, right now, your user ID is not up and running, but I'm going to go ahead and give you a training ID that you can get on. You can sign on, go on the dash, and you can kind of get a feel for the dash, clicking on some of the requests. You can submit training requests, put tests in them. You can claim them. You can actually send those templates only to you. Don't send any templates to the business or anything like that. And try not to claim any of the active requests that we've got on the dash, just your test requests. Donna, one thing about you, we do have another rep on our dash, and her name is Donna as well. And see, over here in the corner, you'll see how active our chat is. When you search your requests for your test request, you're going to probably want to have the dash open if you're going to play around with it tonight and submitting those test requests, you and Jerica, so you can, kind of locate your test right away and claim it. And then you can go in there and kind of mess around, send your templates to your, cell phone if you want, or your email to get a better feel. All right. Any other questions in the meantime? All right, I'm going to go ahead. We're going to hop over to Module 2. We're going to try and get started. So training agenda, Module 1, we just covered. Module 2, we're going to be working on appointments, confirming, canceling, rescheduling, duplicates, and there's going to be another quiz. Let's go down to 3. Module 3 and 4, we're going to cover tomorrow. We're not going to waste any time. So confirming appointments. Again, this is one of our big goals besides, educating the merchant on my time. Confirming appointments, there are 3 priorities of each call. You're going to confirm the appointment details, the time, the services, and the address. We've got to make sure that we are confirming all of these. Let me hop back on the dash and find my request. The reason I stressed confirming the address, in the past we have seen a few requests that were confirmed and we sent the customer to the wrong address. Not a good thing to do. Horrible customer service, very upset customer. So again, we want to confirm the time of their appointment, the service that they're requesting, and the address. We're going to pitch the business, which we'll go into detail tomorrow, and we're going to set up a time for our business team to call that merchant. Again, we're going to do that and cover all that tomorrow. Remember, you do not call and act like the customer ever. You're going to call, like I said, I've shared with you, you're going to have a script. You can print that one out as well. Hi, this is Audrey with My Time. I'm calling on behalf of Bob Smith. I was calling to find out if you have any openings Friday the 27th of March at 3 p.m. for a haircut. So again, you're calling from my time on behalf of the customer. Never act like, hi, I'm calling to see if you have an appointment for a haircut. You don't ever do that. You're going to confirm the provider that they'll see. Not all the time, nail salons, nail appointments, unless they specifically ask for, a certain person to do their nails. That's not something that you always have to get the information. But say they want their haircut done with Jamie. You're going to ask that, verify that it is confirmed with Jamie on that date and time. All right, and you do always give the customer's phone number. That way, if they're a no-show or they're late, the business can call the customer directly and find out what happened. You'll notice on some of the salons, the nail salons, we have a lot of Oriental salons, and they're really quick. They don't take the customer's number down at all. You're just going to try and squeeze it in, and I just like to verify you've got Marie Martin on the calendar for manicure, pedicure on Friday the 27th at 2 p.m. By the way, her number is area code 720-246-1212. You just kind of got to slip that in. A lot of times they won't even take it. They won't even write it down. But again, definitely try and give that information. All right, slide 6. Enhanced thins. Again, this is where we've got additional information. We're going to confirm the pricing. On mine, James's Salon is a enhanced thin. If I can find it again, because it did list that pricing. Anytime the pricing is listed, you want to verify that pricing. Oh, and just to verify the appointment with Jamie for a haircut, the cost of that is $32, correct? If not, if maybe, obviously taxes go up, prices go up as well. They may say, no, it's $42. We want to let that consumer know that it's $42. A lot of times if it's a significant different, maybe a massage they thought was $75 and it's $125 now. We want to let them know before we confirm that appointment. Hey, the appointment for a deep tissue massage for 90 minutes is $125. Would you like us to go ahead and book? If it's just $1 or $2 off, normally what I do is in that confirmation email, not the text message, we follow confirmations up with emails, is next to, and I'll show you, we'll go over this in more detail, next to the woman's haircut on my screen, I'll put in parentheses $42. It's not a drastic increase of price. Again, they'll get this confirmation, they can look at it, and they can decide, that's too much, I don't want to spend, $7 more or $3 more. I'm going to cancel that and go somewhere else. All right, so let me hop back on over to our slideshow. So again, you're wanting to confirm that price. And just to check, that facial is $75, right? If the pricing is wrong, we're obviously, like I mentioned, we're going to communicate that back to the consumer. We're going to send the pricing info to Bad Thins. Don't use that email at all. It kind of goes to the same place, but what that does is if you use that exact email and you go into your email address, it's going to send out red alerts to like Ethan, and Ethan doesn't care to see that the pricing has changed. So when we have incorrect pricing, we report Bad Thin. We just go in there, woman's haircut, maybe it's with a specific stylist that the customer requested, Jamie. Women's haircut with Jamie is $42, and we click submit. That way we can go in and and get that information edited. All right, we're going to pitch the business so they can set their own prices, services, and availability. Every confirmed appointment you're going to pitch. Even if we call and say the massage is $125 and not $75, we're not going to confirm that because that's a $50 difference. And, if they showed up and they didn't know that, they'd probably be really upset. So what we do is I pitch the business every time we don't have correct data, pricing, hours of operation, and I'm going to go into more detail. But again, pitch the business, and then they can set their own prices, services, and availability. We're going to hop down to slide 7. confirming date and time before sending your confirmation emails. You're going to double check the confirmed date and time. You're going to read what you wrote for accuracy, spelling, grammar, punctuation, and does it make sense? When you reread that back to yourself, does it make sense? It says here in red, be careful using the date and time picker. And I'm going to go ahead and we're going to hop over here and let's pretend that they didn't have any of this person, the availability, none of the times that the customer wanted. So we sent them alternate times of maybe, let's see, the Friday the 27th at 4:30 p.m. All right, so we sent the alternate times via text message and email, and the customers replied, and it'll go to the top of the dash as a waiting for. We've got 5 minutes, and we'll know that the customer is obviously replying. And they've gone ahead and they said, yeah, sure, Friday the 27th at 4:30 works great. So what we do is we call the business back. Hi, this is Audrey with My Time calling on behalf of Jane Smith, calling to find out if you had that opening on Friday the 27th at 3:30 or 4:30 for a haircut. All right, and then they'll check. Yes, we definitely have that time available. All right, what we're talking about is a time picker. These are all pre-populated with any of the times that the consumer requested. Sometimes we're able to click right on one if, we didn't have to give them alternate times. There are a lot of times we have to click on other. And we're going to have to manually enter another date and a time. So she said the 27th, this is what the customer replied, and this is what we're confirming with the business at 4:30. So you're going to drop down that 4, and then you're going to drop down the next column for the 30. This one, we see a lot of problems with, newer reps and even some veteran reps. Watch the AM and the PM. You don't want to confirm an appointment and send it for 4:30 p.m. or AM. They're going to say, hey, I thought it was at 4:30. Common sense would, yeah, it is 4:30 p.m., but it doesn't make us look good. So double check. Again, double check the date, double check the time. It's here right there. The 27th, that's what they agreed to at 4:30. You click OK. So that time is now auto-populated here. While we're confirming the appointment, great. May I have your name, the person that I'm speaking to? And she tells me her name is Sue. Great, Sue. We'll go ahead, put Sue's name in confirmed with, and we'll click save. What that does is that's going to take one step out of your note process. It'll say confirmed with Sue. All right, and then what it does is also when you do that, Sue's name, it's going to show up in the appointment that it was confirmed with Sue. All right, so hey, Audrey, good news. We've confirmed your appointment. Here are the details. Haircut Friday at 4:30. And then we asked Sue, hey, is that haircut, is it still, I don't even know what time it was, or price it was, 32. No, it's gone up, it's 39. So what I do is I just go ahead and I add that $39 in. And if you remember people going with Kate Ryan, if you're scheduling for both appointments, you're going to ask for alternate times. If they're back to back, do you have availability? What is your next available openings for 2 haircuts? Even if it's 2 different stylists, if they didn't prefer a stylist. All right, and then at the bottom, it's going to say additional people, Kate Ryan. So her appointment is now confirmed. And again, you're going to want to confirm these on one call. All right, so you go ahead and you send that confirmation via text message and email. We've gone ahead and we've checked that date picker. Again, it's super important to double check the date, the time, as well as the AM and the PM, and reread that template to make sure it makes sense. All right, once you send a confirmation text and then it automatically populates in the email, it's going to automatically populate the merchant. It'll knock you over here into the merchant tab. You'll see that that is now white, so that is the active tab. While we're on the phone, we get the merchant's email if they have one. We enter it. We add it right here, edit, put it there, save it. And then we're going to go ahead and just send the confirmation request. Again, you'll see where you need to edit it. You'll put in, hi, Sue, and say we gone through the pitch and, or maybe we didn't get through the pitch. Maybe she wasn't interested. You know, read it. Remove anything that doesn't make sense. Thanks for speaking with me on the phone. We've confirmed the following appointment with you. Haircut Woman's Audrey, da da da. It's 2 people going, so this is where I would add Kate. Whoops. Kate Ryan. Excuse me. So see, we've got both of them. The merchant is aware that they've got an appointment confirmed on this date and time, and these are the people that are being seen. Their phone number, so if they are no-show, they've got that information. They can call and find out, hey, why didn't you show? We had an appointment. All right. And then it just tells a little blurb about, you know, the customer found you through My Time. It's a website, a mobile app that lets consumers, you know, find and book appointments with over 2 million local businesses. You can find your existing profile here. It gives them the link, yada, yada. You can also learn more about My Time here at Merchants. If you haven't already, please contact us as soon as possible, you know, to claim your free profile. If you don't have the email, obviously, maybe they say, oh, we don't use one, we haven't used one, I don't, you know, there are some. You don't even have to worry about that. So we've confirmed the appointment. We're going to go ahead. Now, on confirmed appointments, I want to go back. Confirmed and canceled. Those are the only 2 that once you send either that confirmed template or the canceled template, it will automatically populate for you. Everything else you have to manually put the status for. All right, so we'll go down here. We spoke to Sue. It's already on there if you want to put it in there. Sue confirmed address and appointment, sent confirmation to customer. We have an email. I always send it to the merchant. And then if you pitch My Time and they have a callback, you know, you got a date and time, sent lead to sales. Is pretty much what I put on there. And then you click save. And again, the status is automatically switched over to confirmed. So again, you want to confirm the address, the person you spoke with, and the date and time. And if you have to change the date and time because maybe they agreed to an alternate time, check and recheck that date and time picker. Any questions on that so far? All right, let's hop back. I'm going to hop back over to our training. Slide 8. You're going to claim the request, obviously. The first screen, claim from top to bottom. You're going to review the request, call notes, communication threads, both consumer and merchant message tabs, merchant notes, if there are any merchant level notes, service details, price, if there's a preferred provider. They want to get their eye exam with Dr. Allen. Any additional information from the consumer, definitely look into, you know, review the whole request. People going along, other upcoming requests. We're going to dive into that later on. When you're working the request, you're going to call the merchant on behalf of the customer. You're going to ask for the service date, time, provider, and any additional people, you know, if there's any additional people going along. You're going to confirm the date and time and the price for enhanced thins only. If there's not pricing or in the detailed section of the notes where the customer say, hey, can I get the pricing for a shellac manicure and pedicure? That's the only time you're going to verify the pricing is if the customer asks or there's the pricing in the request like I had showed you of enhanced thin. Other than that, we don't ever verify pricing, ever. So only if it's an enhanced thin where we've got the pricing or down in the customer notes that they've asked to get the pricing. All right, you're going to obtain the merchant email address. So you verbally verify the merchant address. You're going to obtain the merchant email address. You're going to pitch the business, gather the decision maker, DM, info, which is the owner or the manager. Owner, smaller businesses have 1 or 2 owners. Bigger corporations, it'll probably be with a manager. You're going to set up a time for a business rep to call that decision maker back. You'll leave the call notes and email confirmations to consumer and the merchants. And again, confirmations, confirmed appointments automatically go into that confirmed status. So all of our confirmation are automatically populated once you send that confirmation email. All right, slide 9, successful confirmation, confirming with the customer. So again, we use that green confirm template, and we're selecting the right date and time, AM or PM, that you confirmed. This is everything I kind of went over. Definitely refer back to this. Follow up the text message with an email to include the business contact info for the customer. Maybe they're a first-time customer. They've never been there. They don't know the address. They were just shopping on My Time, came across the salon. They wanted a massage. You know, we give them that address in that confirmation email. So again, update is the only one we do not have to follow up. Everything else we do follow up, especially confirmed appointments. The status, again, automatically changes to confirm when you send. Confirming with the business, you're going to send the merchant template, the confirmation merchant template. You're going to pitch. We're going to go over that tomorrow. And here's a note. You can't set a status to confirm without sending the confirmed consumer template. So I can't go in on another request. Maybe I'll be able to show you this. The Dugout Barbershop. I'm going to go down. Can't do that. They've already had a confirmed appointment. Fran Murphy. Nope, this is just a new request. So you'll see I'll try and go in here and confirmed. See how it's grayed out? You cannot put it in confirmed status. The only way is if you send that confirmed template. All right, slide 10. Sending merchant confirmation email. The merchant confirmation email is required and very important. We're asking the merchant to verify their email address. If you don't already have an email address for a business, check for a website, for a contact page, or a Facebook about page. While you're waiting, maybe you're placed on hold. You call, they put you on hold. You know, check around. If they've got that merchant, the website, click on that. I always do that while I'm waiting. So try and obtain that information, that merchant email, so we can send that confirmation. All right, business doesn't have or refuses to provide an email address. We do have that. As usual, you know, just ask for the person of who you spoke with to confirm the appointment, and include any specific info on the call, notes as to why no confirmation email sent, including the person's name. So maybe you talked to Sue, and she said they don't have a business email, or there isn't an email to the, you know, the decision maker. That's when you're just going to go ahead and put in the notes. Spoke to Sue and confirmed appointment. Sue stated they don't use email. Sent confirmation email to customer. If you were able to pitch and get a callback time, sent lead to sales. So, you know, just go ahead and put those notes in. If they do not, if they say they don't have an email address, definitely put it in the notes, because our service department, our sales team, they do go in after every confirmed appointment, and they look to see if, you know, the confirmation email was sent, and if not, why wasn't it sent? Because they're going to want to try and, you know, contact that merchant a different way. Maybe they didn't want to, you know, weren't interested in a profile. All right, so you can customize the merchant confirmation template. As usual, ask for the name. We've gone over this. Include the person's name of who you confirmed with. This is where you put, "Hi, Sue." You customize the rest of the template as appropriate. So I added Kate Ryan to my request because she's going along, and we were able to confirm her appointment. Are there any questions on confirmed appointments? What if the business has no email, Shayla? I know I touched it. If they don't, some businesses don't, just go ahead and put the notes in, merchant does not have email, and that's it. Great question. Any other questions? All right, we're going to hop back over we're going to go to slide 11. This is the impact of our confirmations. Obviously, if we're able to confirm appointments, we have a repeat user, maybe a new or return client for a merchant, a sales lead, more money for you guys, may become a registered business, optional services. That's how My Time makes money. That's how we can grow our concierge team. Word of mouth is spread. Hey, did I found out this awesome app or this website, and you can request appointments Saturday night at 12:30 when I got home from, out at the dance club or whatever. My Time grows money. They grow, we get more money, we have a happy customer. So that's kind of the circle of the impact that confirmations do have. We're going to go ahead. Here's another pop quiz. What are 3 priorities when confirming an appointment? A, pitch the business, set up a time for our business team, let the customer know. B, set up a time for our business team to talk about My Time, record your notes in the dash. C, confirm appointment details, pitch the business, set up a time for our business team to call. Or D, pretend to be the customer, pitch the business, set up a time for our business team to call. All right, let me go ahead. I'm going to switch back over. I was making sure I read that right. Anybody got an answer? Everybody answered C. Absolutely. That is the correct answer. Whoops. We want to confirm the appointment details, address, the date and time. We want to pitch the business. Then we want to set up a time for our business team to call. So yes, the answer is C. Great job. Now we're going to go over canceling appointments. We do see this an awful lot. There's different reasons. Sometimes we'll go on the dash and maybe they submitted a request just a couple seconds ago. We try calling and we get a voicemail. We send them that update template on their phone. Hey, we tried reaching, weren't able to reach them. We'll try again shortly and update you soon. Reply 1 to cancel. Maybe they thought they'd get instant confirmation, so they're going to reply 1 to cancel. Or maybe we've had a confirmed appointment. This does happen for whatever service, an oil change, something came up. Maybe they have to work that day. So they'll either reply with a cancel on that reminder email or text message, or even the email, they'll reply cancel in the email. Or they can go on our website and they can cancel that confirmed appointment as well. So although we don't like it, definitely consumers may ask to cancel their My Time appointments. Cancellations are plexing to the entire service industry. It is something that always constantly happens. Again, maybe a consumer is sick and can't attend the appointment. I know on the East Coast they have gotten insane amounts of snow lately. Half their town is closed down. They're unable to get out. Maybe they just no longer want the appointment. Maybe, Sue wanted a shellac manicure and pedicure, and no, I'm going to do yard work this weekend. I don't want that done. Who knows? The consumer can cancel by 1, text responding 1, which 1 equals cancel. They can respond to the email responding cancel, either by a confirmed appointment or just even an updated appointment. And they can also click on that button, clicking the cancel button on mytime.com. So depending on the method of what the consumer uses, the request is going to pop open as an open or an open cancel requested status. I'm going to go ahead. Let's see if we can't find if there's some live ones on the dash. Bear with me just a brief moment. Just waiting for this to refresh. All right, so we've got over here, we have absolutely 0 examples of them being requested, canceled. All right, so if a consumer has multiple requests, I'm going to just pop this out there real quick. We may need to ask them which one they're wanting to cancel. We'll go over that into more detail, probably more than likely tomorrow. We're getting kind of close to the end of the day. So I wasn't able to show you versus open or open cancel requested. If they're on their phone and they reply 1 or they send a cancel via their email, that's just going to go back into open status. and it'll be on the ticker if they request it be canceled on the website or on the app. It's going to go into the open cancel requested. We should have an example maybe up here. They took them out, so we don't. All right, so on slide 16, when a consumer asks to cancel, first determine if the appointment has been confirmed yet, or is it still just a request. If yes, the appointment has already been confirmed, you're going to call the merchant as soon as possible to cancel. You're going to leave a detailed voicemail if no answer. You're going to send the merchant template if we do have that cancellation. Let me walk over here. So I'll just open this. So say this person wants to cancel their appointment. You're going to send that canceled template to the customer. You're going to send it. It's going to automatically populate over into their email. You're going to go ahead and send that. If we have an email for the merchant, we'll go over into the email tab, the merchant tab, and there's a canceled template. Hi, Julia Emery. This serves as a follow-up to our earlier phone call to please cancel the eye exam appointment for Elise Ann Gonzalez on February 24th at 4 p.m. All right, you're going to leave detailed notes, obviously, with that person's name that you spoke with. So if you're calling to cancel an appointment and you do get somebody on the phone, hi, I'm calling on behalf of Tim Rogers. He's wanting to cancel his haircut today at 4 o'clock. We canceled that appointment. Great. And may I get your name? And she'll say, yeah, sure, it's Amy. We're going to go ahead and put those, her name in our notes section so we know of the person that we canceled. And if there's any problems, maybe they have business calls and says, hey, why didn't you make it to your appointment? And then that customer calls my timer, goes on our online chat. Hey, I canceled my appointment and I got the cancellation template and, email. Not template, the cancellation text message and email. What's going on? They just called me and said, why did I miss my appointment? We can then go in that request and we can see, hey, we called and canceled that appointment with Amy. So we want written track record of that, who we spoke with when we canceled. The status automatically changes to canceled appointment. Again, confirmed and canceled automatically changes. If there's no appointment that's been confirmed, it's still a request. Consumer, we just go ahead and we'll send that cancellation template via text message, follow it up with an email. The status automatically changes to canceled request. There's no need to contact the business because nothing has been confirmed. So maybe you just called the business, left a voicemail, we sent that update to the customer. The customer replies 1 to cancel. A lot of new reps, they ask, well, do we need to call? We just left a voicemail. No, there's been nothing confirmed. Send the cancel template to their text and email, and you're good to go. So again, you don't have to call that merchant back. All right, on slide 17, canceled via email or SMS. It's going to show open over in that left-hand side, and it's going to have that customer waiting for. Again, if you cancel via the text message, that 1, or they just send cancel, please cancel, thank you, it'll pop up open with a ticker. If they cancel directly on their website or our app, that's when you're going to see the open, and in parentheses, it'll say cancel requested. All right, so status for open. Consumer sends an email or an SMS of 1 to cancel. It pops up to open. At the very top of the dash, we've got that customer waiting for ticker. Consumer template, we send the cancel, email, SMS, whatever their preferred method is. Again, if it's their preferred method is text message, followed up with email. Again, if we've got a merchant email address on the request, it will show. I think I showed you guys that. Let me just show you what it looks like. Let me see if I can find one real quick that might have an email. Ugh. Let's see. A lot of these don't have emails. It's really important to try and get some of the emails. Crystal's book here, she doesn't. So again, if you see an email, trying to see if I can find any of these Glow Beauty Bar. No, you're going to see their email right up here by their merchant website and their email. It's going to be right up in here. If you see their email, that's when you're going to go ahead. You're going to go into that merchant tab and you're going to click on email. You can even send it via text message, but at least by email, that cancel template. All right, on slide 19, cancel appointment via MyTime app. This is a picture of our app. This is what it looks like. They see that their appointment is confirmed. They'll go to the bottom of that. They can either reschedule or they can cancel their request. Again, it's going to pop up. It's going to be a system-generated status. Open, customer, requested alternate times or requested. Let me see if I can show you some live examples here. Here, we just got one. Open, cancel requested. This was done either on our website or our email. That's the only one I see on the dash. So that's kind of what that looks like. We could go in. We're going to go down on the left-hand side. You see that confirmed time. They're wanting to cancel a confirmed appointment. You can also scroll down and you'll check. You'll see your appointment has been confirmed. Kind of just like I just showed you. It looks the same way on, that top of that email. All right, slide 20. Cancel request via MyTime, pending appointment. They've canceled the request, and it's going to pop open, so it's pending. It's not, it hasn't been canceled yet. It's on that waiting for ticker. We're still, we've got to call that back within 5 minutes to get that canceled. All right, cancel via button, what consumers see. Once this is canceled and say they have registered an account on MyTime, this is exactly what they see. Canceled. The service, hairstyling for the preferred times, and the business that they canceled the appointment with. All right, canceled via button, what do I see? So they went on the website or the mobile app. It opens up cancel requested. Again, they did that directly on the app or website. It wasn't the one, or they didn't reply to the the confirmed email with cancel please. All right, so you see that, and then you're going to see that it opens up with that waiting for ticker. All right, here's the status, open, cancel requested. Cancel appointment via website. So we know that Aaron Martin canceled this request with the Johnson House Salon and Spa via the website. All right, slide 23, status, open, cancel requested. Consumer clicks button on MyTime to cancel, system generated status. We know that what the customer is wanting to do. It pops up to open that cancel request. It's got that waiting for ticker. We send the consumer template, the canceled one, via email and SMS. We'll send that merchant template, the canceled merchant template, via email if we've got a business email. And the status automatically goes into canceled. Again, canceled goes automatically into canceled. We don't have to go up and change the status, as well as confirmed. You're going to leave notes including the person's name of who you spoke to. Say you called and maybe it's 10 o'clock and you thought, oh, they should be answering their phone, and the appointment's for maybe 11 o'clock, and you get the voicemail. Hi, this is Audrey with MyTime. I'm calling on behalf of Tina Smith. I'm calling. She's got an appointment today confirmed at 11 a.m. for a shellac manicure and pedicure. She's needing to cancel that. We'll give you a call back once we know her availability. If you can't reach somebody, you're going to go ahead. You'll go back into your notes section of the request, and you'll just put left voicemail with cancellation info. Again, if it's got that merchant email, definitely send that off. If not, we left that by voicemail, and that's okay too. All right, slide 24, canceled appointment example. You've kind of seen the upfront, the status goes automatically to canceled. Over in the left-hand side under preferred times, you're seeing that there's a confirmed time. The appointment confirmed time is July 17th at 9 a.m. So this appointment, it's showing a confirmed time. That's our cue. We need to call the merchant on the phone, and we need to cancel directly with the merchant. Over here, we sent the canceled template. Braden was the one that worked it. Hi, Becky, we've canceled your request. So he's gone ahead and done that. After he sent that canceled template and called the business, over in his notes, Braden was the one that worked this. Canceled appointment with Quinn per customer request. Customer called and set one up for herself. Maybe she got our confirmation and that time didn't work, and she called and maybe rescheduled a different time or whatever. So again, we're going to put the name of the person we spoke to who canceled, or maybe we left a voicemail, whatever, notes referring to that customer request. Again, this is for a confirmed appointment that we're having to cancel. All right, I know we're getting close to the end of the day at 4:30, so we're going to pick up on slide 24 tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead. I don't know if some of you want to get your information, try and get up and go in on our dashboard. A few things when you log into our dashboard, like you saw, I haven't been signed in this whole time. It is completely, you can open requests, you can look at requests. Please, if it's not your test request, do not change the status. Don't send any templates to the merchant or the consumer. Leave it be. You can go in and look at it, but leave those alone. Later on tonight, if you want to submit test requests or look at your, search your name and find your test requests from earlier. So just put your name in here, you'll search it. Go in there, play around, send yourself the text messages. Don't sign in to the dash. Again, you can access all of this information. You can even click that information. You'll see that you are signed out. Please make sure you're seeing that. You can click it so it goes away, but you'll see the difference when you're not signed in. It's kind of grayed out versus when you sign in. That it's a lot brighter and you can read everything a lot clearer. All right, so for those that, except for Donna, I believe it was Donna and Jerica. Bear with me just a brief moment here. All right, so what you're going to want to do is follow along here. You can open a tab, go to mytime.com, and you're going to go ahead and register for account. You shouldn't have registered yet. Over in this corner, it's going to give you the option to register. Mine's already signed in because I'm actually on the dash. And I apologize about the dinging. We've got some messages going on. So again, you can, let me sign out of mine so you can see kind of what I'm looking at. So it says sign in and register. You're going to want to go ahead and click on that. You're going to register. Don't sign in with your Facebook account. Use your email, your Gmail account that you had to create for MyTime. So it would be your first name, last initial, .mytime@gmail.com. And then go ahead and use a password, obviously, that you're going to remember. This is going to get you up and onto our dash. When you create an account, this is everything that you're going to see. First name, last name, email. Use that Gmail for MyTime. Password, confirm password, and your zip code. All right, once you do that, I'm going to go ahead and share the link to our dash. In our chat window. You may, actually, I'll go ahead and email you. I'm going to email you guys all the link to the dashboard. So in order to get on the dash, you have got to create your account. For Donna and Jerica, don't create your account yet. You're going to use a temporary sign-in, login, and password. I'll give that to you guys here in just a minute. So again, for those that their accounts are active and up and running, go register the account. Use your Gmail, your MyTime Gmail. And then I will email you guys here shortly once we're done that link to the dashboard. Again, do not sign into the dash. You can put in some new test requests because I guarantee you the reps, when we submitted them earlier this morning, they're done and already in a final status. Mess around with the search field. If you want to maybe search and see if you can find those test requests, submit a new retest or a new test request, or even that one you submitted earlier. Send those email confirmations, send those text messages. Go in and read all the different statuses and the templates that we have. Read those, kind of get familiar with them. Again, the ones that you see here in the colored are the most common scenario. Get a feel, get familiar with the left-hand side, what you're looking for. Appointment with Rose or Sarah. See if there's any additional details, any people going along, kind of get a feel for that. So again, once you register your account on MyTime, here in probably 6, 7, 8 minutes, I'm going to stay after and answer questions that anyone may have. I'll send you that direct link to the dashboard. You can go ahead and bookmark it. Now for Donna and Jerica. Bear with me. Ryan had a question. This is the 10-minute warning. You're the best. Thank you, Ryan. I didn't check until now. Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So, Donna, I'm going to go ahead and you're going to use our training ID. Bear with me 1 minute. 1 second. Okay, you're going to use our training ID. So I hope you haven't created that account. Once we have your login created, then go in and create that. But hopefully, okay, awesome. Let me move this over so you guys can see this, because this chat window. So Donna, your training password to get in and see that is going to be training1.mytime@gmail.com. All right, and then I have to write the password down for this one. All right, so the password, Donna, for yours is going to be concierge backwards. So it's going to be EGREICNOC. And yes, I had to write that down. All right, so go ahead, log into that MyTime where it says sign in. Put that password, that the training1.mytime@gmail.com. The password is going to be concierge, all lowercase, but it's backwards. You can copy and paste that. And then go ahead and sign in. I'll send you guys an email link to the dashboard here shortly. And you'll be able to go in and play around on the dashboard. Have fun. Get familiar with it. Send yourself those updates, those different templates that we do have. Let me hop back over here. Are there any other questions? Angel is up on the dashboard. That is awesome. Donna is up on the dashboard. All right. Anybody else? Everybody signed in? Do we get paid weekly or bi-weekly? Jennifer, good question. We'll go over all this information, but it's every 2 weeks. What happens is we're actually getting ready to hit a pay period tomorrow. It's done on Tuesday. So tomorrow is our pay period, and that's going to be for just hourly. We get paid for sales leads once a month, so it's every other pay period. So today, bear with me, Jerica, yeah, it is biweekly. So tomorrow's the 24th, so we get paid. We're not going to get paid again until the 10th of March. And on the 10th of March, that's going to be all of your sales leads. Stop it. I apologize. All of your sales leads from the day you start on the dash up until that Saturday. It'll end Saturday. So our time goes from Sunday through Saturday is our work week. All right. And can you do 2 shifts instead of 1? Absolutely. If you're wanting to work an A shift and a C shift, or a B shift and a C shift, or an A and a B shift, 2 shifts on a day, or maybe during the week you only want to work the C shift and you want to work 2 shifts on Saturday or 2 shifts on Sunday, or both days, Absolutely. I work A and B shift Monday through Friday. Um, and again, we do, depending on your situation, which Erin would go over, we're asking, and you kind of were hired on with a little bit of availability on one of those weekend days. And I did at one time have a situation where I had Sunday, Mondays off because I had to take my mother-in-law to some appointments. So, and then I gradually earned up to getting weekends off. And it does happen again, kind of seniority kind of does that. Bear with me. I don't have the link for the dashboard. Let's see, Angel, mytime.com admin appointment request. Angel, you are on it. Did you get that from Candace?
No, I actually got it while I was watching you go through, and I just copied down the link as I was looking at your screen.
Oh, you are awesome. All right, so again, there is the link. You can click right on that, bookmark that. Angel, wow, great set of eyes. All right, any other questions? Does anybody have anything they want to ask? If you don't have any questions, we'll catch you tomorrow morning. I'll send that. I'm not going to send that link out tonight because that kind of backfired, but I'll get with you tomorrow morning. If you guys have any questions, you want to stay around, role play or whatever, I'm here for the rest of the day. If not, you guys have an absolute wonderful evening, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning bright and early. Awesome, Ryan. I'm glad you guys got into the dashboard.
Yeah, thanks.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. We'll
Thanks,
hopefully get
Audrey.
through. Absolutely, my pleasure. You guys have a great night. Please kind of, go through that slideshow if you have time, if you want. Go through any other points, and we'll cover the rest of it tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Have a great night, Ryan.
You too. Thank you.
Bye, Donna. Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, Shayla. Have a great week or great night.